affiliates. Not available in D.C.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And a great Monday afternoon to you. So glad you could be with us. DK on the Sports Tip. 520-848-1290 is our phone number. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We've got not a full week of shows. We've got 4 full days of shows for you coming up. We will not have a show Friday. That'll be the final preseason game for the Carolina Panthers, and that is a half-hour earlier start than last Friday. So coverage will begin right at 3 o'clock on Friday. So we'll be with you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week. Happy first day of school to all of you at the University of Arizona. Classes began today. How many years is this now? When was this school founded? Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is with me today. J-Dub has the day off. Cricket will be here as well. Do you know how old? Like last week we celebrated, this summer we celebrated the 250th birthday of the United States. We celebrated, I believe, the 251st birthday last week for Tucson. So Tucson actually is older than the United States. I was not necessarily aware of that until last week.
So are you looking for when the school officially was established or when classes officially opened for students?
So was that not the same time?
That was not the same time, as a matter of fact. Classes were officially open for students in 1891, but the school was established in 1885 with the Arizona Territorial Legislature.
What happened to what happened at the first 6 years? Like they had a school but no classes? Are you telling me?
I think it wasn't necessarily that. I think it was more so just like they opened it up to like general admission kind of thing, where it was like you could go ahead and open it up to classes.
Okay. So that was 1885, you said?
So the initial opening of the school was established at 1885, but the official first opened for students was in October of 1891.
All right. So which one which number is on like statues? Around the building, around the campus.
I couldn't tell you. It's been a while since I've walked around campus looking at statues. I can tell you that for free. But if you just base it off of when students first were allowed to be on campus or when they first opened it up to students, that would be 135 years ago.
So this is class number 136 then, or it would probably be about what that would be. As our guy Danny Gonzalez likes to term, Team 123. This is class 156. Is that right? If my numbers are correct. We'll go with that. We'll go with that until somebody tells us not to go with that. So welcome to class 156 at the University of Arizona. So glad that you could be here with us in Tucson. Hope that those of you that are here, freshmen, for the first time, everybody got moved in last week, got partied up, I'm sure. The one thing I always tell this story. The one thing that the glowing memory of orientation week, which would have been last week for me, was the fact that I didn't believe that any of these kids. I was like, after 1 week of hanging out, I was like, are these kids are they actually going to be able to go to class? Because like all we did during orientation week was party. And I'm like, man, is anybody actually going to go to class at this university? But hey, the first day came and everybody put on their backpacks and went to class. So it was, again, it's a good time to get to know, make new friends, all of that stuff. I remember I went surfing during orientation week. Of course, you can't surf here at the University of Arizona because there are no waves. But you can do that when you go to school in Southern California. It was a whole lot of fun. I showed my wife the picture of me with the new friends from the dorm at the beach, and I was wearing like this really long towel, and I don't know. She I guess I like the way I was holding my arm in the picture. It looks like I have a short arm. Like I had a short arm. She's like, "What's wrong with your arm? Why does it look like you have a short arm?" I was like, "Well, it was just kind of maybe the way I was holding my arm in the picture." But great time. I was wearing my high school baseball cap, and I quickly learned that you don't wear any of your high school apparel around the college camp. Did you wear your high school jacket to NAU the first year?
You must have me confused with someone who decided to wear anything related to. I did not buy anything other than my yearbook from my high school.
You didn't have a letter jacket?
I was in drama. You think they give letter jackets out to actors?
Yeah, well, I'm sure they gave something. Then
I had a keychain from the women's basketball team when I took up their.
Keychain.
They gave me a little little beads of keychain or something like that to say thank you for doing the play-by-play for their games.
Oh.
That's about as much Marana High paraphernalia or apparel that I took with me after graduation.
I quickly learned that you don't wear your high school apparel at college because no one cares.
No.
No one cares. You must immediately throw all of that stuff away. And, not throw it away, but just put it away. And, you can wear it when you go back home for holidays and that kind of thing. But don't wear it at college. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Tell us about your weekend. This was the final kind of vacation weekend for me before the madness begins, with the first game now being less than 2 weekends away for the University of Arizona. So the wife and I got out of here and spent the weekend up in the city. I did not go to the casino, so I did not see Ketel Marte at the casino this weekend. But, hey, I heard he was there on Friday night. We'll get into that whole latest chapter of the debacle that is Ketel Marte. I mean, what are we doing? Well, what are we doing, Ketel? We try to give you the benefit of the doubt, but clearly that ship seems to have sailed with Ketel Marte.
We're having a good time, DK. That's what we're having.
I mean, I mean, your boys are out there grinding, trying to make the playoffs, and you're at the casino while they're I mean, you cannot paint this picture any worse. Like the game is on TV, like right above you. The team you play for is on TV right above you, and you're sitting at the roulette table, hopefully playing black. 520-848-1290 if you want to dive into Ketel Marte and that whole debacle. The Arizona men's basketball team is back. I believe they got back last night, just in time for the first day of school. The European tour is over. It ended well against the Lithuanian national team. There were a few guys that played in that first game with the B team that played in the A game, and they didn't have necessarily the NBA guys, but it was a good performance. It was a really good showing for the University of Arizona. We weren't sure if Ivan Karchinkov was even going to play after he kind of took that nasty fall, twisted up his ankle in the game against Ukraine. But I think I want to see more of Ivan Karchinkov on a bad wheel because he looked great in that game on Saturday. Would he end up with 30 points?
30 points.
30 points in that game on Saturday. Doing everything, the speed. Didn't look like he was playing, didn't look like he was trying to just kind of, going half on that ankle. I mean, he was shooting, playing the defense that we know Ivan Karchinkov to play. I was like, wow, this guy just continues to impress every time that we see him. So good on Ivan Karchinkov. Great to see him out there. They win it 88-74 on Saturday against the Lithuanian senior national team. I mean, again, minus a few guys, that'll be the team that they send to this major event that they're getting ready to go to, the Euro Championships or whatever that is. So nice way to end the trip over there and to get 2 out of 3 wins. But more importantly, just to look good playing the game after that first game. They just got out-rebounded. They got out-energied. They got outshot. All of that stuff that just didn't really look good for the Wildcats looked much better in the last 2 games. So nice to see that. 3 of 8 was Yvonne from 3 in that game. He finished with 30 points and 5 rebounds to go along with 3 assists in the contest. Did you get a chance to watch? I did not see all of that. I saw glimpses of it. Did you get a chance to see much of that, Dragon Ball?
Saw a little bit of it. Mostly just went and rehashed my memory of it with the highlights that I was able to find online, and it was nice to see. Again, you still had a lot of the younger players getting out there. I mean, Bryce James had about 12 and a half minutes out there, which is a good sign to see about potentially seeing him being more involved with the rotation this year. Yvonne was the big winner, I would say, from the performance standpoint, but seeing Mo go out there and have 15 points and 9 rebounds was a very, very good sign, especially seeing that the big question going into the season is going to be how in shape is Mo going to be for the remainder of the Big 12 season, because you're not going to have a lot of bigs on this roster compared to what you had last year. So seeing him maybe take a little bit of extra time on the floor is probably going to be what U of A needs to do if they want to get back to the Final Four again. Having him out there for 22 minutes in a game that a lot of us weren't sure he was going to play at all. I think that's actually a really, really good sign as well. So a lot of the guys that you kind of expected to still be struggling, the freshmen in particular, their shot isn't really falling as well as you probably would hope, but that's what these exhibition games are for. You want the rookies to kind of get a groove of being in the offense and not just taking up and chucking up shots every which way. So seeing that they're going about 3 of 11, maybe a 1 of 3, yeah, it's not great to see that, but again, they're getting used to the offense. So I'm waiting to see when those freshmen will kind of kick on, because let's not forget, Koa Pete and Braden Burries took a little while to get themselves grooving in this offense as well last season.
They shot 8 of 20 from 3, so much better. I mean, again, 8 of 20 is much better than 3 of 18 in terms of your three-point shooting. And the rebounding was the other thing that I think Tommy was a little concerned about in that first game, and they out-rebounded that senior national team by 9 when the B team out-rebounded the Wildcats by 18. So good to see that you got to hit the boards. You got to hit the boards. Krivas did that, scoring 15 points and grabbing 9 rebounds. And his partner in crime, his Lithuanian partner in crime, Ugi Jurashevicius, had 14 points and 8 rebounds in just over 18 minutes in that game as well. So good to see Ugi, and intrigued to kind of see what that's going to be for that young man as he makes his first year appearing in an Arizona Wildcat uniform. But just totally, thoroughly impressed by the bounce back from Ivan Karchinkov coming off a popped wheel in the game against Ukraine to do what he was able to do for 36 minutes. I was like, I was shocked. That was the number that kind of shocked me. I was like, they might, if he can go, they might play him a few minutes. But no, he played 36 minutes in that game.
And they were active 36 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, he was running all over the floor. But also, when you talk about Ugi, 8 of 9 from the free throw line.
Well,
that's a big thing for this year's team.
Apparently they teach free throw shooting well over in Lithuania, because Motiejus is one of the better free throw shooters on this team.
Yep.
As well. They combined, 2 of them combined to go 10 for 11 in that game. So I like that. Hey, it's an easy shot. Nobody's guarding you. You better make it. That's for sure. So welcome back for the guys off of their trip. Hopefully a lot of great bonding was had, and now they can start to get into classes and get ready for everything that is to come here in the final phases or the early phases of the fall as they get ready for camp, which will be still well over a month or so plus away. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Obviously, we're starting the college football season. At the end of the college football season every year here in Tucson is the Arizona Bowl. We're going to talk to Eric Rhodes. Eric Rhodes has been with the Arizona Bowl pretty much since the organization's inception, doing a number of different things from media to corporate partnerships over there. And they've got recently partnered with a local school here, and doing some great things are the folks over at the Arizona Bowl. You'll see them out at a lot of high school football games throughout the upcoming fall as they do. I think they were out at the Catalina Santa Rita game, and that turned into, I guess it was a long game, but it turned into a pretty good game as Catalina started their season with a win. High school football got underway this past Friday night, and the Trojans knocked off our guy Cam Gaddis and the Santa Rita Eagles by a score of 28-20. So, but they have adopted a middle school. The Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl adopted school, first school, and it was Alice Vale Middle School. We'll talk to Eric about that. Also, Eric went on a really cool summer vacation, had a really cool summer vacation opportunity. If you know Eric, he is a soccer guy. We'll talk to him about how he spent his summer vacation. DK on the Sports Tip. Want to talk to you as well today, 520-848-1290. Cricket is here. We've got Cricket's quotes. Did Cricket make the right picket for NFL preseason over the weekend? We'll let you know that as well. Right now, she's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5, traffic and weather.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. 10th Avenue at the Julian Wash. We've got a reported sinkhole and emergency repairs. Road work. Sinkhole repairs on 10th Avenue between 40th and 41st Street at the Julian Wash. Area there is closed, but local traffic is permitted. We do have a slight chance of rain today. Our overnight lows near 78, 108 tomorrow, 103 now. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Did you hear what we're talking about?
Can the Mets turn this thing, or does your dad, Dragon Ball, have any faith in this?
No. My dad gave up about 2 months ago. Gotta believe, but only when it's believable to believe.
DK on the Sports Tip, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
Hola, amigos! Right here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. With Jaden Higgins sadly done for the season, mandatory Montgomery could become an even bigger part of the Texans' offense. An ultra-efficient grinder between the tackles, he's sure to be a point of emphasis in the red zone. Given his strong fall forward abilities, give me David Montgomery 10-plus rushing touchdowns at plus 175. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code SAVE to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code SAVE. To borrow up to $10,000, use code SAVE to borrow up to $10,000.
Save 20% at Kohl's Friends and Family Sale. And suddenly, your home's a fall destination. You start greeting guests like they're checking into a bed and breakfast, offering foliage tours of the new throw on the couch, and suggesting local attractions like your Martha Stewart Dutch oven. Save on fall prep and more at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. 5 stars. Would shop again. Select styles. Offer ends August 30th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends?
I can tell you drove high.
Parents?
I can tell when you drive high.
Relatives?
I can tell. You drove here high, didn't you?
So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hi, it's Chris. And Corbin from Tucson Appliance. All of us here at Tucson Appliance are proud to support our local sports teams. We show our support with season tickets so we can be there cheering on the Wildcats. And we're proud to support the Wildcats here as sponsors of the University of Arizona radio broadcasts. Tucson Appliance has personalized service only a local business can offer, along with reliable delivery, professional VIP installation, and service you can count on. Tucson Appliance, where you are our priority.
Your business isn't a science experiment. So at Cumulus Digital, we don't speculate, we execute with a proven framework delivering results 25% better than industry standards. Go to cumulusdigital.com, fill out our form, and move from guessing to knowing.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
Right now, somewhere in America, a student is training, a student is studying, a student is working when nobody is watching. Not for recognition, not for attention, but because excellence is a habit. The 2026 Patriot Games are searching for exceptional students ages 14 to 17. Students ready to compete, ready to lead, ready to show America what they're capable of. $250,000 scholarship prize pool. Applications are open now. Your story, your opportunity, your moment. Applications now open. Freedom250.org. America's next champion could be you.
Oh my gosh, Ted, why are you digging up the yard?
I'm looking for that stupid pipe. The bathroom drain is still clogged.
Shouldn't we call Goodfellas AC and Plumbing? You know, the professionals.
I found the pipe.
Whatever clogs your drains, leave it to the professionals at Goodfellas AC and Plumbing. The choice your family can count on for quick, reliable plumbing service using Permaliner to fix pipes and drains without digging up the yard. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
It'll be the third Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl coming up this winter. Once we get to bowl season here in southern Arizona, college football's in the air. We'll have games on this weekend. Still got to wait another week for your Arizona Wildcats, but it'll be fun to see some college football this weekend as we begin to identify what teams could potentially come here to Tucson at the end of the season. Pleased to be joined by Eric Rose. He is the Vice President of Communications with the Arizona Bowl. Always an organization that is out doing great things in our community. And one of the new things that Snoop Dogg and the folks have done is they have adopted a school in TUSD, Vale Middle School. They had a nice assembly about, I think it was last Monday, in fact, a week ago, to kind of launch this first adoption. Appreciate you, Eric, for joining us. So how did this idea come about to adopt a school, and what all does that entail?
Well, it's always great to be with you, DK. We always look for ways to partner with the community. You know, this will be our 12th game, which sneaks up on a lot of people. You know, and our different iterations going from Nova to Barstool now with Snoop. We've worked a ton with educators, and we're looking for new ways to really connect. And Del Arvayo, our COO here, had the idea last year. We started kind of looking around at different communities. We partnered with TUSD and selected Alice Vale Middle School for this year. And our whole goal is really to partner with that school and those young people at that middle school to just grow and improve themselves. Doesn't mean they have to make honor roll, but like, can we get a little better? Can we get our grades up a little bit? Can we get our attendance up a little bit? And any improvement they show, we're going to go in and make sure they get tickets to our game. But not just that throughout the year, like you saw with the assembly we did the other day, we're going to come in randomly. We're going to bring our helmet there. We'll stop by. We're going to bring some U of A football players. You just mentioned the Wildcats gearing up for their week one showdown with the Lumberjacks of Northern Arizona. But really exciting opportunity. I mean, good gracious, the decibel level I thought might register seismically. I hadn't been around middle schoolers in a while, and they get excited in those rooms. So it was really great to have that energy. We're very excited to do it. We're very excited to partner with TUSD and U of A football to really bring these young people and experience it's just a little different, just something different than you might get your everyday school year or semester. And that's what our bowl should be about, right? It's football, but just a little different.
You know, you guys, really since the beginning, and you mentioned this, the bowl game goes back a number of years now. Ever since the beginning, a community involvement has always been such a huge piece of what this bowl game is all about. Giving back to the community is one of the things that makes it such a great thing that you guys do over there.
Yeah, we're still the only bowl game in the nation that gives 100% of our net proceeds to charity. So we just finished an audit to make sure that we do that, which is always fun. But still checks out. So it really is what we lead with. It's the core pillar of why we exist. And I truly believe as a native Tucsonan, that's why this bowl has been successful, is that the community has turned right back around and supported us. So without attendance, without, their support, without sponsors on a local level, we wouldn't be around, and certainly not going into our 12th year with somebody like Snoop Dogg at the helm.
We're chatting with Eric Rhodes. He is with the Arizona Bowl, Vice President of Communications. He mentioned that they took the helmet to the high school. You'll see the helmet around. I mentioned every Friday night the Arizona Bowl folks are out at a high school football game. This first game we mentioned was Catalina and Santa Rita on Friday night, and that's another thing. And you guys, Eric, you award players from the game from each team, which is kind of cool.
We do. It's our All-Stars. We partner with Tim Kish and the National Football Foundation of Southern Arizona, who's a tremendous organization. And then that All-Star is selected not really on gameplay. Our certificate says for achievement off the field, really, for character, for support, for friendship, for sportsmanship. So it's not usually based, in fact, it's very rarely based on performance. And we actually partner with the athletic directors and the coaches ahead of that game to nominate one young person. And we also do Under the Lights, so our flag football program. I think we'll do 9 different flag football games with the young ladies this year, and we do the same thing there. So we really want to honor those young people who are doing it right, not just filling up stat sheet, but doing it right when nobody's necessarily paying attention.
That's awesome that you guys take it off the field and honor the players who are out there doing it the right way, and really kind of bringing a shining light to their teams with the character that they provide outside of the football field, in the classroom, and during the school day around their other peers for sure. Anybody that knows Eric obviously has lived in this community. He has worked in this industry here. He's been on television here in Southern Arizona long before I was a sports anchor at KVOA News 4 Tucson. Eric was there. I joke with him all the time. I was flipping through boxes and went back and found some of his tapes from the old days once when I was going through some of the old archives that we had at Channel 4. Back when you were on TV, kind of what do you remember about covering high school athletics? What was the big thing when you were back on television here?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, it's probably good that those tapes are in a box somewhere and nobody can really find them. But man, I loved my time as a sports anchor and producer here at KVOA. As you are one of our alumni, I think we have a pretty great family who've gone on to do a lot of different things. High school football, Friday Night Fever was huge. That show, we had intense rivalries, friendly rivalries, but intense rivalries with Higa 9 and KOLD at the time. That was Scott Kilberry and Todd Grisham, who went on to WWE and, now Danzig fame as a broadcaster. Those guys were so creative. There was a helicopter when I was there, David.
Oh, wow.
The KOLD had a helicopter, and they would go over a couple of different high schools and show the game from the air. And so Friday night was my baptism by fire. I remember my first show I produced. I was more nervous doing that than I was sitting down with Will Olson the first time because, Friday Night Football, that was Southern Arizona, and that's what everyone was watching and paying attention to. And if you made that broadcast, man, we had every parent and aunt and uncle asking for copies of that broadcast, because back in that day, and this is how old I am, and I'm okay with that, is there wasn't Facebook and Twitter and all of that, so people watch the broadcast and see the highlights.
What is there a player you covered that you, now that you work in this community and work in athletics, that you've had a chance to maybe work with?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. It's an Arizona basketball player, but Arizona basketball was my beat, and so I got to know those guys pretty well. And you'd never be able to do this today, but I got a chance to ride around with Channing Frye in his lowrider truck one night.
Oh wow!
And we just basically had a camera and we rode around for a night of like, here's a night in the life of Channing Frye. And so we worked with him on a couple of different things. He's been generous with his time, not just with the university, but our bowl as well. He has a winery now up in Northern California, and he does a lot and donates some stuff there. So it's someone who I see now on a professional level, which is kind of fun. And, you know, he has no idea what my name is, but he kind of remembers me as the guy that we went through Taco Bell with a camera in his lowrider truck back in the day. Also, yes, Channing Frye, all 11 lowrider.
Eric Rhodes is our guest from the Arizona Bowl, talking about riding in Channing Frye's lowrider truck. That's classic, right? I'd never heard that one, Eric. That's classic, right there. I gotta go. I'm a lover of wine, so I gotta get up to Northern California and check out some of Channing's wine. See if it's any.
It's pretty good. You can get it. You can get it at a couple of restaurants here in Tucson.
Oh wow! Okay, you see some restaurants there. All right,
it's around. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll have to get that brand from you so I know what to look for sure. Hey, anybody that knows Eric knows that he's a big soccer guy. He also at one time coached the men's team, the men's club team at the University of Arizona, and he's been an announcer on FC Tucson broadcast. But you got a real cool summer vacation assignment this year. You got to work around the World Cup when it was here in the United States this summer.
I did, man. It was it's still a bit of a dream. As you know, I sit in my office here in downtown looking out my window going, not long ago I was in Boston sitting and watching Erling Haaland and killing so I got to work for FIFA for 6 weeks in the Boston area. I was there for all the Scotland stuff everybody worldwide saw. Just a dream come true. My job was to run the practice facility, so any team that played in Boston, I had kind of in a private setting the day or two before. So I got to work with France, England, Morocco, Norway, Scotland, Ghana, Iraq. I'm sure I'm missing one or two, but it was just incredible. And for someone who's, you know, self-processed soccer nerd like myself, it was pinch me moments just about every day. My favorite story I'll tell people, and this is a good one. This will be a breaking news. I've only told my friends and family this. Being in charge of the practice facility, I got a call at about 11 o'clock one night, and the day Norway had trained. And they said, we need you to go back to the facility. I said, excuse me? It's pretty late. Can I go tomorrow? No, we need you to go right now. Our big key player lost some jewelry.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, so we all know who we're talking about, right? I mean, we were all just in the same room a couple hours ago, so we can just say the name. I was like, so what did Mr. Haaland lose? And they're like, we can't tell you. I'm like, okay, this is starting to get very weird. And man, I had probably 5 phone calls. All of a sudden, people from Zurich, Switzerland are calling. Are you able to go to the facility and look for this? Yes, I'm on my way right now. My hotel I didn't have a car because everything was sort of walking distance. So I was walking to the facility. Now it's about 11:30 at night. Of course, I got to call security and say, sorry, I'm just going to walk in. Don't mind me. It's fine. Can you sit down? And sure enough, I found a necklace of Erling Haaland's in the locker room. And David, it looked like it was about $20. Looked like something. I was like, this is it. Mm-hmm. I mean, this guy has millions on millions on millions on millions of dollars. And so I had to FaceTime them essentially, say, this is what it is. And they're like, yep. Okay, we need a picture of it when you get back to your hotel room. We need a picture of it in the morning. And then we need to FaceTime you as you drop it off to one of our team liaison officers first thing in the morning. It's like, okay. And it's so strange because this thing didn't look like it was worth anything. So I finally handed over the next morning, and I just said, I got to ask, like, what is this? Has to be sentimental, right? And they're like, no. And if you looked at it, it holds all of Erling Haaland's biometric information. And so it was one of those like microchip things that if you scan it, it had all of his info in it. And I was like, man, I had that in my hotel room all night. I could have sold that thing. But yeah, it was cool. So I had Erling Haaland's necklace in my room for a night. It's kind of one of my random, I think, story I'll tell, 2 truths and a lie.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's
fun,
like a train. It was a training necklace or something of that nature. Or was it just like?
Yeah. And so it holds. Yeah. They scan it every day, essentially, and it says how he's doing today, and like they take all his stuff, and it's all stored in this thing.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it was pretty crazy, but it was really fun. I mean, I got to sit up close and personal behind closed doors with France, which was an incredible team to watch. So Mbappe and England, watching them go through their mighty run and that big upset in Mexico. So absolutely incredible experience. FIFA was really, really fun to work with. I got to work on the ground, so I wasn't involved in all those higher things that everyone's still upset about. So that's fine. So the part I was with was great. So I brought home a lot of fun keepsakes and kind of one-of-a-kind items. I'm looking at one of the World Cup game used balls that Morocco gave me here in my office.
Wow.
And, so yeah, it was just amazing, and I've been fortunate enough that they have invited me back for 2030. So yeah, in 3.5 years now, Spain, Portugal, and Morocco, here I come.
So how did you get that opportunity? I mean, were you looking to try to do something with the World Cup, and you made a call, or somebody called you, or there was a connection through your soccer life that allowed you to be put in that position?
I'll tell you, it's one of the beauties of Tucson, DK, is Iran was originally slated to come here.
Right.
And there's a handful of us who were qualified to kind of work with the World Cup team and be FIFA's ambassador originally here in Tucson. And so Sarah Horvath Hanna of Kino reached out to me, and she said, your name has been brought up before they get there. Is this something of interest to you? And I was like, well, yeah. World Cup. And that was back in the fall. I mean, I went through probably 12 to 14 interviews.
Oh, my God.
Because they do full international background checks on you, and you are really, wherever they position you, you are FIFA's representative. I didn't have a supervisor on the ground with me. It was just me at the facility. So anything that happened, I represented FIFA. So, in fact, when the Iran thing and all of that moved, an international news agency that's pretty well known FOIA'd my emails with Sarah from Kino, just talking about it to see if we had said any information that might be really juicy through our FIFA emails. Unfortunately, it was a pretty boring read for that reporter. But yeah, it's thanks to the Tucson community who's like, you know what, Eric, he works in sports. He runs large scale events with the amazing team here at the Arizona Bowl, and he happens to be a soccer nerd first and foremost. And so they reached out to me. I went through the whole process. Supposed to be here in Tucson all the way up until Iran decided to move to Tijuana. And then I got a call, and in 3 days had to say thank you to my boss and my much better half at home for saying, okay, I'm just going to be gone for 6 weeks. Everybody's okay with that? Great. But, the bowl was great with it. And actually, from a professional development, we run a very large scale sporting event here. And so, man, I got to see and be part and behind the scenes of all the operations and planning and marketing and branding of how the biggest sporting event in the world did it. So I've actually brought back a lot of things from FIFA organizations and operations that we're going to try to use here and, try to stimulate it to come alongside. We fancy ourselves one of the best in our realm here in the bowl world. And so why not try to take it from the best in the world and the largest sporting event in history?
There you go. That is an awesome opportunity. So happy that you got a chance to do that, Eric, and we'll have a chance to do it once again the next time the World Cup comes around here in 4 years. Eric, continued success. What high school game you guys at this week?
We are at the exciting Marana South Point on Thursday this week.
That's going to be a big
Thursday
one.
game.
Yeah, that'll be a big one.
That's always, a couple of thousand people out there in Marana, and they get rowdy and fun, and it should be a pretty good battle on the field. So come on out. We'll give away some tickets. We'll have some fun stuff, and it should be a pretty good football game Thursday night. We'll see you.
There you go. Eric Rhodes with the Arizona Bowl. Eric, we'll talk to you again mid-season as we get close to the big luncheon.
Appreciate it, DK. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely. Eric Rhodes with the Arizona Bowl, longtime Tucsonan, sports anchor, soccer coach, sports soccer announcer. He's done it all. VP of the Arizona Bowl. He has had his hands in a whole lot of things during his lifetime here in Tucson, Arizona. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives, traffic and weather.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. 10th Avenue at the Julian Wash. We've got a reported sinkhole and emergency repairs. Road work. Sinkhole repairs on 10th Avenue between 40th and 41st Street at the Julian Wash. Area there is closed, but local traffic is permitted. We do have a slight chance of rain today. Our overnight lows near 78, 108 tomorrow, 103 now. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by the Blizzard Double Flip Deal at Dairy Queen. The only thing better than grabbing a Blizzard treat on a warm sunny day would be snagging a second one for just 99 cents with the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. It's buy one Blizzard treat, get another one for just 99 cents only when you order on the DQ app. DQ, happy tastes good. For limited time at participating U.S. locations.
Thank you to Brett Brennan and your Arizona Wildcats for bringing the cup back home.
Luis Sano dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
State champs again.
Yep. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Get it in the app. Participation may vary.
Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. Last week, Buffalo was trading at 8%, meaning a $100 trade would pay out $1,174 if they take home the title. On Kalshi, as the probability changes, you adjust your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it's legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. Bonus credits do not expire. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. It's August already, the month we shift our attention away from potholes and road construction and back to school traffic. And our shorter backpack-toting neighbors jumping from the corner bus stop through crosswalks and towards those big yellow buses. So eyes up, cell phones down, and stay alert. This month at Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, we're getting drivers like you ready with all kinds of specials to keep the wheels on your bus going round and round. Specials like free brake inspections and all the tire brands you trust at prices that beat the warehouse clubs and national chains. And Jack Furrier has the budget-friendly brands to Arizona-proof your daily commute and make your daily driving, stopping, starting, and swerving so much better. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by for savings all month long at any of our 14 award-winning locations. And let's remember to keep our eyes up, cell phones down, and get everyone where they need to go safely. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends?
I can tell you drove high.
Parents?
I can tell when you drive high.
Relatives?
I can tell. You drove here high, didn't you?
So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good.
No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. The Live Golf season ended yesterday with John Rahm's team winning their third straight points title. Yep, I'm sure you didn't know that either. Live Golf was supposed to change the game, and now it might be over. Saudi money pulled, murky future. Live Golf didn't change the game, it made a joke of it. I'm Chris Black.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Get it in the app. Participation may vary.
Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. Last week, Buffalo was trading at 8%, meaning a $100 trade would pay out $1,174 if they take home the title. On Kalshi, as the probability changes, you adjust your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it's legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. Bonus credits do not expire. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. 12 days. 12 days until Arizona football. Wildcats and Dragon Ball's alma mater, NAU, at the stadium. Looking forward to that. Final week of fall camp. Off day today for the Wildcats. I did not see practice on Saturday or Sunday. We did get a chance to see the Wildcats practice on Friday morning. And it was another good day for the defense. We'll get a little bit more into that coming up a little bit later. Top of the show, though, we're talking about Arizona basketball and their final game of the Lithuanian Trek. Great to see Ugnis Yershevich and Motiejus Krivas get a chance to go home and play in front of their country men and women. And the final game resulted in a win for Arizona, 88-74 over the Lithuanian senior national team. Caleb Holt in that game, 7 points. He had the 14-rebound game against Ukraine. He grabbed 8 rebounds in the contest against the Lithuanian senior team, so showing a strong capability to be able to grab the basketball off the cylinder. Probably didn't shoot the ball as well as he would have liked on this trip, but that'll come. No question about that. Derek Dixon, 13 points. He had 6 assists and just 3 turnovers. Wildcats as a team had 11 turnovers in that game. Motias Krivas, who was listed as the captain for this trip, 15 points and 9 rebounds for Motias Krivas. Bryce James started 2 games, including the final 2 contests. He played 12 minutes, had 5 points, 2 rebounds. Did Bryce James knock down a 3-point shot as the Wildcats were 8 of 20 from 3 in that win. Let's hear from head coach Tommy Lloyd, get his thoughts a little bit about what transpired in the last contest and the trip as a whole.
Well, first off, I want to thank just the people of Lithuania, the Lithuanian Basketball Federation, for hosting us. This has been an amazing trip for our team, and these games don't count in the standings, but they count in the experience of life, and for us, giving our young players opportunities to see different parts of the world, bring some players back home. So we're really grateful for the amazing time we've had here. We're also looking forward to getting on the flight and getting home. It's been a long summer, and then I think hopefully we're going to get a good week or 2 of holidays before we kind of start our build for the season. But again, thank you, Lithuania, and thank you, Lithuania basketball.
Coach, your team finished strong. What are the biggest positives compared to the first game in Jonava?
Well, the first game we played bad, and I'll say this: I don't care if you call that team the B team or whatever. That team played incredibly hard. They were focused. They had great spirit, and they got a lead on us and kind of made us question ourselves. It was our first game, but there's no excuses. I'll just say one observation. I have so much respect for Lithuania basketball. And you guys know that. I've said it 100 times. I have a long relationship with some great people from this country. Lithuania basketball used to have the strongest spirit in the game. And you were always playing for something much bigger than yourself. And today I know we're a bunch of college kids. I didn't feel that spirit from our opponents. I felt it the first night. I didn't feel it today. And hopefully you guys can find that, because don't ever take it for granted. When you have a strong spirit and a connection to the program, and understanding what it means and what you're representing, it really, really, really matters. And hopefully they can find that in the coming days, because I just remember this. Watching Lithuania basketball, and I've been watching for, 35 years or something. When they used to make a 3-point shot, you felt like they celebrated like they scored a goal in soccer, and that spirit was just like so powerful. And for me, I really observed it, as a young person who loved basketball and eventually knew I was going to coach, and it's like, I want my teams to have that spirit. And I want my players to feel when they're playing for Arizona, I always tell them, you need to feel like you're playing for your national team. Your connection to Arizona and our program needs to be that strong. And I know it's there because it's in the DNA of this place, and in DNA of the culture, the people, the players. And hopefully they can come out in the next week and kind of regain their spirit and come out and kick some ass, because they deserve to do that.
Several days ago, we said that you probably didn't deserve to play against the main team. Now we know that 8 players in the main squad were registered today. How did the entire communication with the National Basketball Federation of Lithuania and everything went?
It was great. Everything was completely transparent. And listen, I can't read Lithuanian, and I don't even look at much media to begin with. So some people were telling me there was some rumors that there was complications. There was no complications. I mean, they were amazing hosts. Mad Dog here has been transparent with everything, with what the roster is going to look like. So, we felt great about everything. And whoever they wanted to play today is who we were going to play. I mean, their priority needs to be building for the games that count, not playing the University of Arizona. And so we're the guests. Whatever Lithuania wanted to do, we were going to respect and didn't have any strong or bad opinions on anything.
You talked about the Lithuanian national squad probably lacking a bit of passion, a bit of hustle in the game. From your experience, how does the team acquire that strength in a week?
It's in their DNA. I mean, my guess is they just need to get back, close the door, the players first, and find it amongst themselves. And then the second thing is the coaching staff needs to help with that direction. And, like, listen, I've been there. You don't ever take it for granted. Like, I'm far from a perfect coach. You guys saw my team the first night. But what we did, we went right back and we talked about we need a collective response. We don't need like one individual just to try harder to carry us. We need everybody in the organization, from the physio, the athletic trainers, to the media people, to the players, to the coaches, everyone to bring their spirit, to the table. And they will. Like, listen, I coach Domus. I've never coached a player with so much spirit in my life, Domus. And, we used to sub him out of the games. He would come by me and he would be cussing me out in Spanish, and I was like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm like, "You just called me a lot of bad words." And he was like, "No, I'm okay." But like that fighting spirit is so important. And I'm confident they'll get it back.
Mateus Kivas made a 3-pointer today.
Yeah.
And after that episode, the entire bench went nuts. Your probably almost every representative went nuts. Last season, he shot, I think, 10 3-pointers total in the entire season. How do you view this progression of his?
Well, I mean, you see the spirit there. He made the 3 and we celebrated like we scored a goal. Mo can really shoot. He's really come along as a player. There's sometimes when you're developing a young player, they can't do everything. And the first thing Mo has had his development, the biggest progress Mo has made, for one, in how he's moving and his strength. 2, how he's dominating the paint defensively and offensively and rebounding strong. And he's become a really good pick and roll defender. Those are the most important things. The shooting threes is the icing on the cake. And so I have no doubt in my mind when he's playing in the NBA, if he has a coach that lets him stand up there and shoot threes, he'll make some. But I know this: if you want to win, he does so many other things that I value that help us win. Besides shoot threes, that I want him to focus on those things.
All right, that was Tommy Lloyd, the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats. We'll let you hear a little bit more of what he had to say coming up as well. It's DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. Number for you to get on the program. What did you see? Did you get a chance to watch those games on YouTube over the weekend? And what were your top takeaways from the contests over in Lithuania? I want to hear how you feel about what you saw and the way the team comes back off the European overseas tour. Much more coming up in the 4 o'clock hour before we get to the 5
we
o'clock
ain't that
hour.
far along yet.
We'll talk a little about Ketel Marte and the Diamondbacks. Some news coming out of Mercury camp today. The Cardinals look like crap against the Cowboys. Maybe this is not going to be a very good team because they looked a lot Saturday night like the people said they're going to look like during the regular season.
Again, who told you they were going to be good, DK? Who told you this?
No, everybody said they were going to be bad.
Oh, no, I was asking who told you that they thought they were going to be good.
I was at least hoping there. My whole thing was I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the league. I don't think I think there's some talent there at a number of positions. I don't think the Cardinals are going to be the worst team in the NFL, but that seems to be what a lot of people across the country believe. They did look like the worst team in the NFL, though, on Saturday night. It is just a preseason game. And I'll have some thoughts on my football team, who named a starting quarterback today. DK on the Sports Tip. Dragon Ball's here, everything in sports in Southern Arizona, as well as sports around the world.
Well, again, we've been talking about the weekend finish for the Arizona men's basketball team. They finished their final scrimmage against the Lithuanian national team, and they came back with a vengeance as they went ahead and took control early, nearly leading the entire game with an 88-74 victory, and to finish their international expedition tour 2-1 with their win over Ukraine on Thursday as well. Another big scoring night for Ivan Karchenkov. He put away 30 points on 11 of 20 shooting. Tejas Krivas scored 15 points and 9 rebounds, just 22 minutes of play. Ugnis Yarosevicic was able to contribute 14 points and 8 rebounds as well, and they now prepare to return to the States with their next scheduled contest, quote-unquote, being the Red and Blue Showcase in the McHale Center on September the 26th. And lots of news coming from the running back room for the Arizona Cardinals. Head coach Mike LaFleur said the team got good news on Jeremiah Love's recovery. He's in the, quote, next phase of that following his injured ankle, but he will likely not be participating in the upcoming joint practice with the Packers this week. Elsewhere, the Cardinals also announced that they were cutting Trey Benson as the 2024 third-round pick is one of the first major cuts coming out of the camp's roster deadline. The move does make way, though, for Josh Sweat as the pass rusher is now activated from the physically unable to perform list today. And despite leading the division with a sub-500 record, and the Astros have decided that they will part ways with general manager Dana Brown ahead of his already expiring contract this offseason. Brown had been serving as the team's GM since 2023, contributed to 2 division titles while in that position, but now the job will be handled by assistant GMs Charles Cook, Gavin Dickey, and Connor Huff, as well as senior advisor Jeff Bagwell. Again, this team still in the lead of the AL West. I'm Dragon Ball, your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
We bring you all the news and stories of your Arizona Wildcats. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Wildcats Radio 1290 for the latest highlights and commentary. Your home for U of A athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. With collisions reported Mission near Irvington, north of Irvington on Mission, Midtown Speedway in Tucson, Tucson Boulevard and Speedway. Crash at Palo Verde in Irvington reported as a hit and run. Slight chance of rain today, lows near 78, 108 tomorrow and 103 now. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Experience Taco Bell's new $3 melty pepper jack steak burrito. Now 1 of 10 items for $3 or less on the new Luxe Value menu. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary, tax extra.
Save 20% at Kohl's Friends and Family Sale. And suddenly, your home's a fall destination. You start greeting guests like they're checking into a bed and breakfast, offering foliage tours of the new throw on the couch, and suggesting local attractions like your Martha Stewart Dutch oven. Save on fall prep and more at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. 5 stars. Would shop again. Select styles. Offer ends August 30th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends?
I can tell you drove high.
Parents?
I can tell when you drive high.
Relatives?
I can tell. You drove here high, didn't you?
So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
This is a commercial with real words about Tobacco Barn, so let's get straight to the point. Tobacco Barn slices up to 40% off all your favorite tobacco products. You pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Are you kidding me right now?
A rare chance to tell the tax man no.
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 No. Plus, at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, there's a coupon that can save you up to another $3. So check out the website.
This is a great moment in internet history.
Anyway, back to the main point.
What's going on around here?
Tobacco Barn slices up to 40% off all your favorite tobacco products. You can keep your city and state sales tax away from the tax man.
Ooh, that one hurt.
And save another $3 with the coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com. Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Here's a chance for you to double your money with a sweet deal from Quisty Sandwiches. You can get a $50 gift certificate, and you pay just $25.
When you're craving something delicious and made with love, swing by Quisty Sandwiches, off-Broadway just east of Tucson Boulevard. They only use premium Italian imported meats and local freshly baked breads to craft each sandwich to your order with passion. Their house-made signature sauces add that special touch. Every sandwich on the menu is named after the people who inspired them, such as the Cha-Cha, Schoolyard, or the Baby Boy, all celebrating community and family. Whether you're in the mood for a hearty sandwich, a warmed panini, a fresh wrap, or a crisp salad. You'll find it all at Quistey's. Check out QuisteySandwiches.com for the complete menu for ordering takeout or delivery and to join the rewards program. That's Quistey's, 2575 East Broadway. Simply delicious sandwiches.
And this Quistey Sandwiches Sweet Deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
Nobody covers your cats like we do. We are the home of your Arizona Wildcats. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
Now is a perfect time to start on your next success. Get your application fee waived when you apply to University of Maryland Global Campus by September 1st. Put your goals within reach. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Nobody covers your cats like we do.
Headed for the corner, he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. On the break, slide it home. Here comes the throw home. He slides, he's safe. The Cats are champions.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good.
No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
It was a good ending on the field this weekend, Sunday, for the Diamondbacks.
You got to be brave to take a slider like that because that was over the plate. It was just down. 3-2.
Strike three called. Diamondbacks take the finale and they win the series against the Reds with a 5-3 victory this afternoon.
What a pitch that was by Ginkel. Froze him, just locked him up with a slider.
Diamondbacks Download. Baseball talk.
Yeah, Kevin Ginkel, the Arizona Wildcat, getting the save on Sunday as the Snakes down 3-zip early in their rubber game against the Reds, able to rally. Got a run in the 6th. Got 4 more runs in that 7th inning, powered by Ildemaro Vargas, who finished off my fantasy team nicely as we took 3rd place in our league. Thank you, Ildy. Played great for us all year long. 5-3 the final. Diamondbacks got the win to take 2 out of 3 from the Reds. It was a series that started with a win on Friday night. One of the youngsters coming up big.
Lawler gets the 3-1 in the air, and this one is gone.
Jordan Lawler showing his power in a 9-zip win on Friday night. Eduardo Rodriguez spinning his thing that he's done all year long on the bump, and the series off to a great start, but a loss on Saturday on one of the longest home runs I think I've ever seen.
Crushed. A towering blast down the right field line. Wow! He destroyed it. A monster moonshot by De La Cruz. That's one of the most gargantuan homers of the Reds' year. 450 feet.
That's when you see somebody get every bit of it and then some.
Did you see that ball? That hit there by Ellie De La Cruz.
I'm starting to think that this Ellie De La Cruz kid is a lot more than a speedster that everyone keeps telling me he is. I remember he got in and everyone said, oh, this guy's going to have like 40 stolen bases a year on average. And now all of a sudden he's hitting 450 footers. Come on, man. He's becoming an all-around 5-tool player out there.
450 feet at 115 miles per hour off the bat for Ellie De La Cruz. I mean, that is the home run that sent Zach Littell to the unemployment line as he was designated for assignment after the ball game. Yeah, by the Diamondbacks. So short stay for Zach Littell in a Snakes uniform. But then again, talked about my guy, Ildemaro Vargas, kind of saving things on Sunday.
And Vargas trying to do a job here. May is ready. And the first pitch, Vargas rips a liner past McLean. That's into right center. Lawler scores. McCann rumbling behind him as this ball goes all the way to the wall. Rounding second, Vargas. He's into third standing. It's a 2-run triple, and the Diamondbacks lead it 4-3.
This ball was just toasted.
Toasted by my guy, Ildemaro Vargas, who after the ball game, and I didn't pull this cup, but I'll find it for you. Torey said he is the heartbeat of the team. Talking about Ildemaro Vargas, the heartbeat of this team this season. That's high praise from the skipper, Torey Lovullo, who was just happy to win another series.
All things considered, you go out to win baseball games and win series, and I was proud of the way we did that today. We're down 3-0, kind of flat-lined, and we're just very, very curious about how we were going to get centered and get back out there and score some runs. I thought the triple by Corbin gave us a little bit of life, followed by the sac fly, made the score 3-1. Clearly the turning point was Carrillo coming in the game to give us a chance to just get some stability. I thought Mitch was a little erratic with his stuff. The pitch count climbed, very similar to the Boston series. And, we got to be better in that area. We got to be able to attack the zone, land pitches in the areas that we want to, and make adjustments. And when he does that, he gives us 6 or 7 innings, as he had done prior to that Boston outing. And when he doesn't, you gotta start to rely on others and look in other spaces to help your team win a game. And that's why I give so much credit to Carrillo, who did a nice job of handing it off to that next guy. The score basically remained the same. There were some touch and go moments, but our relievers handled it and did a great job.
They had used 7 pitchers in that game yesterday. Mitch Bratt lasted just 3 innings. I don't know how many more chances you can give that kid. I mean, again, youngster, but he's not been good the last 2 times out. And you hate to toast your bullpen on a Sunday like that when you don't have a Monday off day coming up. You had to throw Ginkel out there for an inning to get out of a jam and get that save, just his second of the season. But you got to wonder how many more opportunities Mitch Bratt is going to get before maybe they look to try to see however else they can fill that particular spot in the rotation, because he has just not been getting it done the last couple of games. I found the cut. I wanted you to hear. This is what Torey Lovullo said when he was talking about what Ildemaro Vargas means to this Diamondbacks club.
I could say a lot of good things about him. A very engaged player, probably the heartbeat of this ball club, plays with energy. I think he's looked at as somebody that is leading the charge emotionally. He's very engaged and having a lot of success. So, it's the double up right-handed, turns around, triples in the right center field gap, and breaks this game open. Plays solid defense. I know there's a tiny hiccup in the 9th inning, and he'll tighten that down. The first thing he said to me was I'm sorry. So there's accountability, and I like that.
Vargy's been incredible on the field, off the field, everything. I mean, what a great teammate. Great locker room presence, just brings energy and joy and this passion for the game that I'm honestly envious of. I wish that I could play with that much joy that he has.
All right, that was guys talking about Ildemaro Vargas after the ball game last night, talking about accountability. We'll get to the guy who apparently is showing no accountability coming up. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. A win, though, in the series against the Reds, and now the Cubs come to town for 3. That'll start tonight at Chase Field. 6:40 will be first pitch. Cousin Merrill gets the mound. He's been a little shaky the last couple times out, so we like to see Cousin Merrill bounce back and be strong. Getting to see, I was up in Phoenix over the weekend. I kind of wish I had stayed for another day, because I'd really love to see Pete Crow Armstrong play baseball. That young man, 33 home runs now, 83 runs batted in. I'd love to see him play for a couple of days up there this weekend. Kevin Gausman gets the ball for the Cubs, who come in at 19 games over 500, and they can't even lead in their own division because the Milwaukee Brewers are just that much better. 6 games up on the Cubs right now, but the Cubs comfortably leading the wild card race, which sees the Diamondbacks 2 games out currently. All right, we'll get more into that. 520-848-1290. We welcome in the third member of our program, and that is not Dragon Ball.
It's Dragon Ball. Look at Dragon Ball. Look at there.
He's
there
over
he
there.
is.
He's over
Hey,
there,
bud.
but likes to. There she is. Oh, there we go. There's Cricket. And the names are not right, but we'll get that right.
That's okay.
Coming up later. Cricket, how was the weekend?
It was all right. Too short. How about yours?
Well, I was in Phoenix. I played the golf course yesterday where they have the waste management tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Phoenix?
Yeah.
It was even hotter.
TPC Scott. Yeah, my buddy was like, "Do you really want to go out and play golf when it's 100?" It was actually only 107.
Isn't that funny when we
degrees.
say it was only it was only 107?
It was only 107 degrees. Yeah, so
Wow.
it was fun. We had a good time. We played the legendary 16th hole where they have the stadium and all that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a par 3.
Oh.
I got a 5.
But you had fun, right?
No, I had fun, but I didn't want to get a 5.
Well, okay. I mean, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to say
I
it's,
I hit my tee shot. It's only like a 160-yard par 3, and I hit my tee shot to the right of the green, and then I chipped. I didn't chip anywhere close to the cup, and it took me three putts to get in.
It was the heat. The heat got to you.
Yeah, because it was by the time we got to the 16th, I was starting to feel it for sure.
Yeah.
Always blame the divots. The divots are always the problem.
Yeah, I didn't want to get a 5 on that. I was hoping that, I was hoping to channel the energy of the stadium hole, and I couldn't do it.
Sorry.
Yeah, didn't work out well. Did not work out well. All right, Cricket, it is that time of the day where you bestow us with an opportunity to get our minds right.
I'll try.
Cricket's got quotes.
You made me the man I am today. I'm doing like you told me, Dad. I'm making them know my name. With everything I do, on and off the field, everything I do in life, I'm making them know, just like you did.
Ooh.
This one's for you today, DK.
For me?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear that one again. Go ahead.
You made me the man I am today. I'm doing like you told me, Dad. I'm making them know my name. With everything I do, on and off the field, everything I do in life, I'm making them know, just like you did.
I'm going to say that's Shedeur Sanders.
It's not.
No.
It is Denzel Ward.
Oh.
From the Players
Denzel
Tribute.
Ward.
Yes, 2018.
All right, from the Cleveland Browns.
I really like that quote. I like that, hey, Dad.
Yeah.
I'm doing what you showed me.
He's a local boy. He grew up in Cleveland, suburban Cleveland, Bedford, and went to Ohio State and has played his entire career in his hometown. Not too many people get a chance to do that.
To say that they did that.
And Larry, we talk about Larry Fitzgerald playing his entire career in Phoenix in Arizona, but he's not from here. He's from Minneapolis. Denzel Ward has played his entire career in his hometown.
That's really cool.
That is.
And he
really
loves
cool.
his dad.
He does.
Dad would be 49 in 2018 when that article came out, which means now, doing the math, that's 8 years now. So that would mean his dad would be 57 if he was still with us.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Mr.
Yes.
Ward. All right, Cricket will be back. We'll find out if she made the right picket. Something tells me she may have. Coming up
I'm sorry.
in the 5 o'clock hour. Right now, she's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s, traffic and weather.
So we're working reported wrecks, Miracle Mile near I-10, east of I-10 on Miracle Mile, Midtown Wreck, Speedway, and Tucson Boulevard and Speedway. 10th Avenue between 40th and 41st Street at the Julian Wash. Closed. There's a sinkhole, though local traffic in that area is being maintained. Slight, tiny chance of rain, lows near 78, only 108 tomorrow. It is 103 now, and I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal that actually feels like a win. With Straight Talk Wireless, you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises, all on Verizon's 5G network. Find it in the same place you've always found straightforward prices, exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Hey, it's DK on the Sports Tip. Don't miss a minute of the best Arizona Wildcats coverage in town. Tell your Alexa device to play Wildcats Radio 1290. This is your home of Arizona football, men's basketball, and baseball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
I thought learning a language would be too much work, but Babbel makes learning fun. J'aime Babbel.
Babbel's lessons only take 10 or 15 minutes. And soon, you turn and realize, hey, I'm starting to speak another language. How'd that happen?
Babbel isn't robots talking. You learn words and phrases from real native speakers. I was ready for real-life conversations in just a few weeks. So easy.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
What's up, everybody? Nick Bustos here, helping you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Taking a look at the pro baseball futures market. 7 teams right now within 2.5 games of the final wild card spot in the AL. And if I had to take a shot at one, give me Seattle at plus 240. Seattle made the ALCS last year. Seattle could still win its own division. Seattle plus 240 would be the play for me. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Quality time with the family, watching for shooting stars, and your cousins need to take a photo of everything.
Scooch closer to the grill. You're out of the shot.
I love the lighting here.
Mark, you're blinking again. I'm not moving. You guys have to move.
This one's blurry.
Wait, don't take a bite of the corn. I want to get a pic.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming.
I'm just taking a picture of the grill. Thank you.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. It's August already, the month we shift our attention away from potholes and road construction and back to school traffic. And our shorter backpack-toting neighbors jumping from the corner bus stop through crosswalks and towards those big yellow buses. So eyes up, cell phones down, and stay alert. This month at Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, we're getting drivers like you ready with all kinds of specials to keep the wheels on your bus going round and round. Specials like free brake inspections and all the tire brands you trust at prices that beat the warehouse clubs and national chains. And Jack Furrier has the budget-friendly brands to Arizona-proof your daily commute and make your daily driving, stopping, starting, and swerving so much better. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by for savings all month long at any of our 14 award-winning locations. And let's remember to keep our eyes up, cell phones down, and get everyone where they need to go safely. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson paid for by Action Matters.
Attention anyone who has had a colonoscopy, endoscopy, or any other scope procedure. If you or a loved one developed a serious infection or health complication after a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Dangerous infections have been reported across the country linked to Olympus endoscopes. Olympus scopes may have been defectively designed, and manufacturer instructions may not have been adequate in enabling proper disinfection, putting patients' health at risk. If you or a loved one were hospitalized for a bacterial infection within 90 days of a scope procedure, or developed sepsis, organ failure, HIV, tuberculosis, an antibiotic-resistant superbug, or another serious complication following a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call now to find out if you qualify, but hurry. Time to file a claim could be limited.
Call 800-891-1857 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-891-1857. 800-891-1857.
Enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215215. That's HIM to 215215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
The goodwill is starting to run out for this guy.
Hernandez at second, Waldschmidt at first. Marte, a fly ball! Guess what? The Diamondbacks win it! It's the first career walk-off home run for Ketel Marte!
Might be the last time we hear Ketel Marte hitting a walk-off home run for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So if you were under a rock last week, you'll maybe not remember a week ago at this time, we were getting ready for the game, or the game had actually already started in Boston, and we had just barely gotten the lineup about 5 minutes before first pitch. And we're like wondering, well, what's going on? Why did they not put the lineup out? Turns out they were waiting to see if Ketel Marte was going to show up at Fenway Park to play that night. He did not show up to play, and so he was placed on the restricted list prior to the start of the game. This set off a firestorm of things that transpired during the week. The all-star second baseman came back to Arizona and had an MRI done on his ailing knee, after which he met with the team on Thursday, the off day, and it was decided that he would be reinstated from the injured list and put on the IL. I'm sorry, reinstated from the restricted list and put on the injured list to begin rehab from his injury. The team played Friday night in game one of the series against the Cincinnati Reds, and during that game, their video surfaced from, I believe it was Talking Stick Resort.
Yes,
if I'm
it
not
was.
mistaken.
Talking Stick Resort.
Right across the 101 freeway from the complex, the spring training complex at Talking Stick and Salt River Fields. That is where Ketel Marte was hanging out during the game. He wasn't on the bench with his team. He's not required to be, but he was at the casino gambling. And, you know, I've tried to give this young man the benefit of the doubt, but the goodwill is starting to run out for Ketel Marte. You cannot continue to write off these missteps by this young man. I mean, clearly he is a player, and it goes back to, about a month ago we talked about, well, why did he scrub his Instagram account? Clearly something is broken between this young man and this organization, although, we don't know what came out of that conversation on Thursday. Clearly it was enough for the Diamondbacks that they put some, parameters in forward for him to continue on with his rehab to try to come back from and be a part of their team. But what does that say when this guy, who clearly to this point has not spoken to his teammates about this whole last week, is seen in a casino while they're out there trying to win a wild card spot in the National League? Here's what I want you to hear. So Torey addressed it Friday night after the game. He obviously had not seen the pitcher. He'd probably been briefed just moments before he walked in to meet the media. This is what he had to say prior to the game in his press conference on Saturday.
The optics wasn't very good. And it's not a choice I would make. It was not. I'm sure it's a choice a lot of people in this room wouldn't make. But Ketel's a grown man and he can make his own decisions. And he did not break any rules. He was fully able to go there and do what he wanted to do. And like I said, he makes his own decisions. And when he's here in the clubhouse, we work together on a lot of things. Not just him, all the players, but they have their own lives and they can do whatever they want in their free time.
So that was Torey on Saturday prior to the game. Now, again, he did not do anything wrong in terms of against team rules. You don't have to be, if you're on the injured list, you're not required to be at the ballpark. You're not required to be in uniform. You're not required to be on the bench with your team. And I'm sure we could go find a ton of guys who, when they're on the injured list, have not been there as well. But after what transpired last week, you would think this guy would want to build up some goodwill with this organization that he's grown up in, with this manager that has supported him, with these teammates that have supported him, and him showing up at a casino. And to make it is even worse, it's just you're there and like the game is on above you. Like people in the casino are sitting there watching the game on TV while they're losing their money, of course. And then they see you in there, the guy who's one of the faces of the team. That's just it. Like Torey said, it's not the optics. He said are not good. I would say the optics were horrible for Ketel Marte, and his goodwill is running out.
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like this is getting slowly but surely inching towards one of the worst divorces we've seen in baseball in recent memory. Definitely comes to mind with A-Rod and the Rangers was probably one of those that you really you hated to see everybody involved with that whole thing. And I can't tell necessarily what his mindset is when it comes to the process of going to the casino while he's supposedly on the injured list. Again, everybody blows off steam in their own way. I mean, at least he was out in public, I guess would be the best way of putting it, because I'd rather him be in public rather than him being off somewhere where they don't know where he is again and trying to figure out exactly where in the world Ketel Marte happens to be. I just think that this is a situation where if it really is at impasse, you got to make a decision about what to do with him now, because you can't kick this down the road and see if you make it to the postseason and maybe you bring Ketel Marte back by the postseason. Because that just makes everybody wonder, well, why wasn't he here before that? Why wasn't he here with us to try and find ourselves in the postseason race? It's just going to make a lot more bad blood before it gets anything fixed. I just don't know necessarily where you would go from this point and where the fault actually lies. Is it with the front office? Is it with the owner? Is it with the coaching? Is it with the trainers? I don't know, because no one's talking about what prompted this random no-show out in Boston last week. No one's explained it yet. And I don't think anyone's going to.
Well, and it was interesting. I heard one take on it over the weekend while I was up in the valley, was that, this person said that the club is partly to blame for this because they basically last Monday night held the lineup until 5 minutes before the game, hoping that he was going to be there. Like why would you? I mean, that kind of started this whole thing. It's like, why would you even hold the lineup for the guy? Why would you do that? I mean, that didn't make a lot of sense to people. It's like, okay, if there's an issue with him playing and not wanting to be the DH that night, feeling that he wanted to have a day off coming off the trip to Atlanta, and Torey maybe telling him, no, we need you to play tonight. Why hold the lineup until the last minute? If you felt like there was any pushback on that, just don't put him in the lineup. And then a lot of people think that was the wrong move by the club to hold the lineup out that long, hoping that he would show up.
Again, you kind of left it that open because you need this guy in your lineup to hit well. I mean, outside of Marte, they don't really have what I would describe as a lot of power. Nolan Arenado's been serviceable at times, but he wasn't going to play that day either.
Right.
So you really were struggling to get somebody that can at least do a little bit better than a rolling grounder through the gap.
Maybe that was it. Maybe he was pissed off that Nolan was getting a full day off and he wasn't.
That might be the case. You never know. Some guys get mad when their PTO gets put in, then somebody says, well, I already applied 2 months in advance for this exact same day, so we can't give it to you. Oh, but I just got these tickets yesterday, so I need the time. Well, this person planned out 2 months. I don't think you plan out injuries 2 months in advance, but you certainly can go ahead and decide when your injury is too much for you to play maybe a week in advance. And apparently Marte finally had enough. His knee was bothering him. He didn't want to play, and maybe that had more to do with it than anything else. But I get where the goodwill is starting to run out, but in the end, I feel for Torrey more than anything because you almost have to feel that this guy's job is on the line depending on if Ketel Marte plays well or not, or plays at all.
Right.
Because if they don't make the postseason this year, do the Diamondbacks bring back Torrey
and that's
Lovullo?
the other thing. It's like people are taking shots at Torrey. Well, why is Torrey bending over backwards for this guy? Well, that's his best player. I mean, if he don't have his best player out there and this team doesn't make the postseason, he ain't gonna have a job.
And anybody who says that is like, well, why is he bending over? Let's not forget, Jim Leland should have been the Pirates manager for about another 10 years, but only if he had gotten it straight with Barry Bonds.
Right.
The two of them could not coexist. And what happened? Barry left, and Jim was shortly fired thereafter.
Right.
So you have to, as the manager, you have to do some things to go ahead and placate your superstar. Everybody thinks back on how much did Phil Jackson placate Kobe Bryant in L.A.? Quite a bit. And there's a reason why Phil stayed for as long as he did, despite the fact the Lakers were pretty bad for some of those really, not so impressive playoff runs. If Torrey wants to survive in Arizona, he has to placate the one big superstar that's going to be able to kind of carry him through the postseason run, which is what Ketel did when they made it to the World Series. But if Ketel's going to leave him stranded like this, it's going to be a situation where Torrey just says, I left my good intentions with the wrong person.
Yep.
And that's not a good feeling to have if you're Torrey. So now he's got to find a way to try to rally the troops around a guy that potentially is not going to be coming back.
Last week, I should say, we did a question of the day and asked if Marte would play again for the Diamondbacks this season. The voting on that went 68 to 32%. People said no. They did not feel that Ketel Marte would play again for the Arizona Diamondbacks. There was a glimpse on Thursday after the meeting that would happen, and then the Friday casino thing happened, so who knows where that goes from here. He is not in the lineup tonight. He has not been activated off the IL. I think we still have, I don't know exactly when they made that retroactive to. If they made it retroactive to Monday, then I think we would still have a few more days to go before, at least 3 more days to go. This probably the next series after this Cubs series before he would be eligible to come off. We shall see. 520-848-1290. Do you believe the goodwill has run out for Ketel Marte? We got your Panthers report coming up. We'll check in with them and the Cardinals, who were dreadful offensively and defensively against the Cowboys. I know a lot of Cowboys. We were up in the Valley. There were Cowboys jerseys all over the place. What'd you think of your team? 520-848-1290. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. Traffic and weather.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. Collision Speedway in Tucson Boulevard and Speedway. Miracle Mile near I-10 on Miracle Mile east of I-10. Crash Silver Bell near Grant, north of Grant Road on Silver Bell. And we do have road work continuing on 5th Street from Country Club to Wilmot. Got a slight tiny chance of rain today. Lows near 78, 108 tomorrow, and 102 now. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help you troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
They beat the Boilermakers. The 1 seed is headed back to the Final Four.
Thank you, Coach Lloyd, and all of the players and support staff who helped the Cats make a return to the Final Four.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
When the moments in your life are too important to miss, you can trust O'Reilly Auto Parts to keep you and your plans on the road. Our professional parts people can test your vehicle's battery and even give it a charge if needed. In most cases, we can install your new battery for free. It's just one of the many services we provide at O'Reilly Auto Parts to ensure life's best moments don't find you stranded.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
The savings are heating up now during the sizzling summer sales event at Royal Kia. Save big when you lease the 26 Kia K4 for $289 a month for 36 months with $34.99 due at signing. Or lease the 26 Kia Niro EV for $388 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. Save up to $15,000 off the electric 26 Kia EV9. Looking for 0% financing? Royal Kia's got it. Get 0% APR financing for 48 months on the 26 Kia Sportage or Kia Sorento, or 0% APR for 72 months on the new 26 Kia Niro EV, plus $3,500 bonus cash. Hurry to Royal Kia for these hot savings now during the sizzling summer sales event. Offers end August 31st. For offer details, call 520-269-4290. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or royalkia.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm pediatric allergist Dr. Carla Davis. If your child has asthma, let's take a breath together and talk. Does your child need to use a quick relief inhaler more than twice a week to treat asthma? Has your child repeatedly awakened at night due to asthma? If you said yes to either of these questions, it's time to talk to an allergy and asthma specialist like me to help you control your child's asthma. If you feel your child's asthma is not under control, go to controlyourasthma.org.
Sponsored by the Allergy and Asthma Network.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Reports say that Raiders running back Ashton Jeanty suffered an ankle sprain in practice yesterday. The Raiders are unsure how long Jeanty will be out, but the injury is not considered to be long-term. Jeanty rushed for 975 yards and 5 touchdowns last season for Las Vegas. He also had 55 receptions for 346 yards and 5 touchdowns. The Raiders opened the season against the Dolphins on September 13th. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
When the moments in your life are too important to miss, you can trust O'Reilly Auto Parts to keep you and your plans on the road. Our professional parts people can test your vehicle's battery and even give it a charge if needed. In most cases, we can install your new battery for free. It's just one of the many services we provide at O'Reilly Auto Parts to ensure life's best moments don't find you stranded.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
What a walk-off weekend it was in Major League Baseball.
Swing and a fly ball, center field. Going back is Church. Back toward the wall. It is over! Off the batter's eye. Out to Ashburn Alley. Kyle Schwarber has just completed an improbable comeback. A two-run game-winning home run. The Phillies down 4-zip. They win it 6-4. It's the first walk-off home run in more than 3 years.
That's the one thing I can't get over. They had not had a walk-off home run. Schwarber hit the last walk-off home run for the Phillies, and it came in 2023. They had not had a home walk-off in 3 years. Had the Philadelphia Phillies, who have now won. They are the hottest team in baseball right now, behind the Royals. Can you believe the Royals are in last place? They've won 8 games in a row. They're 8 games in a row, and they're still 16 games under 500 are the Kansas City Royals. The Phillies, on the other hand, are just 3 behind the Braves after winning a 9th consecutive game. 73-58, and they have effectively helped push the Diamondbacks out of the wild card picture, as the D-backs are now 2 out behind the Phillies and the Padres, who obviously have also been playing very good baseball.
Starting to think these winning streaks are getting overrated in baseball. You almost don't even care that your team is winning that many games in a row and what have you. Because now the Red Sox are back on another 3-game winning streak, but they're still 3 games behind the Yankees.
It's interesting. Now coming to town are the Mariners. The Mariners had the Phillies are on the road at the Mariners. The Mariners had a pretty impressive walk-off over the weekend against the Cubs. How about remember early last week, we talked about Pete Crow Armstrong. He led off the game with a home run and then walked off the game with a home run. That had never been done in baseball in the history of Major League Baseball. And then Saturday night, Randy Arozarena did the same thing. He led off the game with a home run against the Cubs and then walked off the game against the Cubs. So something that had never happened in the history of Major League Baseball happened twice in the same week. How about that?
It doesn't happen that often, clearly. I'm just mostly thrilled to see that the Mariners are getting any kind of wins at all, considering how bad the drop-off has been. I had to double-check this because I watched that highlight, and I was like, man, I'm surprised I haven't seen Kyle Riley be more involved in the media or involved more in stories nowadays. Like, he had to be producing something the last couple of games. 55 hits through 97 games played for the last year's AL MVP in Cal Raleigh. He had 60 home runs last season. He's got 55 hits this year. I mean, you talk about a drop-off. I mean,
Yeah, that's crazy. Let's hear Randy Arozarena's walk-off home run over the weekend.
Fly ball. This is tagged. Center field. PCA can't get it. What has happened in Seattle? Randy Arozarena bookends the day with home runs and walks it off in 9. The Mariners take down the Cubs.
They haven't had a lot to cheer about in Seattle this year, but they had something to cheer about on Saturday night. All right.
Thank goodness for that, man.
We've got, in fact, Phillies Mariners is our Westwood One top play for today.
Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Phillies and the Mariners open up a 3-game set in Seattle. I think Philly keeps rolling. The Phils have won 9 in a row. Their offense is clicking, and they've got Zach Wheeler on the mound, who's been better on the road this season than at home. Seattle's a disaster. They got blown out again yesterday, 19-2, and while they have Logan Gilbert pitching, he's got an ERA nearly double at home than on the road. This game is a pick'em. I'll take the hot team, Phillies to win. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so here's the thing. The Phillies on the money line is minus 118. So you're not getting you're not getting plus money back on that. But if what Pat Boyle says, he thinks the Phillies are going to roll tonight, then why not take the Phillies on the spread line at minus 1.5 at plus 155? Then you get some money back on that Dragon Ball.
Yeah, you get a chance at some money. I don't know if I necessarily would take it, though. I don't know if I'd take that chance.
Why not?
Phillies,
who's pitching tonight? Let's see. Let me see who the starters are.
You got Wheeler for the Phillies here.
Okay, Zach Wheeler. He's 10-4, and you got Logan Gilbert
10-7.
All right.
That's mostly just because they don't know how to go ahead and go to their bullpen, as they showed us last fall, when the time is right.
Phillies on the money line at minus 118. Phillies on the run line at plus 155. I think we're gonna switch that up. We're gonna take the run. We're gonna take the run line there. We're gonna take because I want to win some plus money on this. So we're gonna take the Phillies minus 1.5 on the run line at plus 155 to beat the Mariners tonight.
That might not be a bad idea now that I look at this particular statistic. Of the 9 guys in the lineup for the Mariners, only 4 of them have ever faced Wheeler before. So, needless to say, this is not a guy that a lot of these Mariners know how to hit against.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We have David G checks in on the text groove. This was actually from last week. We missed this one, but we'll get to it now. He said, I noticed that the Arizona men's basketball players were wearing tie-dye in Lithuania. Obviously an homage to the bronze medal Lithuanian team that the Grateful Dead helped finance. J-Dub talked about that last week with the help of Bill Walton. And was just wondering how that all came to be at the U of A because it was really cool, David G says. And I think it just came to be, obviously because Bill Walton had a huge connection with the University of Arizona. His son obviously played there. He was a broadcaster for the Pac-12 and the Pac-10 for years. So I think that's part of it. He was well-loved. I know well-loved within the U of A family was Bill Walton. And the fact that, you have 2 Lithuanian players on your team. So it makes a ton of sense. Although I don't know that we heard Tommy. I think Tommy talked about it in a preseason. In the pre-trip media availability about maybe the tie-dye situation, but I would imagine, so I haven't heard anything official, but I think there's a number of connections there that it makes sense for Arizona to have busted out those tie-dye warm-ups that we saw them wear regularly on that trip.
I'm still waiting to see when those show up at the school shop because that is awesome shirt.
That would be an absolute moneymaker.
That would sell so quick.
Absolute moneymaker.
I'm waiting for it. I think that would be one that a lot of fans, if they didn't get their Final Four shirts, the first shirt they're going to get for this year's team is going to be those tie-dyes if they do end up selling them. But no, I think you also consider the fact that it's not like Tommy doesn't have connections to Lithuania and Eastern European basketball, so he probably knows a lot about the story. Again, he's very tight with the Sabonis family. I'm sure that they considered the idea, like, hey, would this be cool if we paid homage to this? And Sabonis probably thought it was a good idea. Everybody involved thought it would be a good idea. So Tommy probably had a little bit of say in that, but definitely not enough to go ahead and probably pursue it himself. He probably had to go through the same faculties that we usually have to go to when we ever have to get permission to go off campus.
Thanks, David G, though, for checking in on the Text Groove. You can check in with us, your thoughts on the Text Groove at 520-848-1290. We'll read one more here since we have a moment. Paul, our guy Paul in Phoenix, checks in. He says, so let's just call today Tom Tunnicliffe Day. Yes, let's go way back in the old Arizona football book. The number 12 that I remember, because there are 12 days to go until kickoff. Tom Tunnicliffe Day, says our guy, Paul in Phoenix. We got to get Tom, if we've ever had Tom on the pregame show since I started here. So we might have to see if we can hunt him down and get him on to talk some football this year. 520-848-1290. Dragon Ball's here. He's talking all sports in Southern Arizona as well as sports around the world.
Well, looking at the exhibition for the University of Arizona volleyball team, this time did not get canceled due to lightning issues, but the match did not go the Wildcats' way. They end up dropping that contest 3-1 in New Mexico out in Albuquerque over the weekend. Again, Arizona's attack struggled with under a .15 hit rate throughout the match. Errors also played a big part in that. 12 service errors on the day for Arizona. They have less than a week to solve a lot of those woes as they go and take on Prairie View A&M for their regular season opener at McHale Center on Friday, August 28th. That'll be at 6 p.m. later on this week. And their playoff aspirations completely done. The Mercury have to make some tough decisions about what they're going to approach with this offseason. One move apparently already getting done. The Mercury announced that they are buying out the contract of DeWanna Bonner. DeWanna Bonner will now be hitting the waiver wire in her 17th season as she hopes to go ahead and sign with a title contender. Both the Mercury and Bonner's agents state that there was no bad blood with the split, was amicable, with Bonner's agent Mick Cowan saying that the Phoenix was great and that Bonner was appreciative of them making that move. The 39-year-old now awaits to see who will be calling her for perhaps one more playoff push here before her career comes to a close. And still worried about some nefarious plot, it seems, the executive director of Ole Miss's NIL Collective said that the FBI searched the Rebels football office for recording devices following Lane Kiffin's departure to LSU this past year. Walker Jones, the director in question, stated that the FBI searched for bugs in the football offices at the Manning Center once Kiffin left, saying that Ole Miss knew how Baton Rouge operated, quote unquote. Now, Pete Golding, who took over for Kiffin when he left, said the school did not hire the FBI, but that a student's dad who was an FBI agent helped with the search in the offices, and Walker then confirmed that an agent was involved. I'm Dragon Ball, your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Did you hear what we're talking about?
Let's hope we don't wait another 4 years to pay attention to soccer.
What are you going to get your Columbus Crew kit there, DK?
That's the only team in Ohio, so I guess I got to rep the Crew.
DK on the Sports Tip, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. Collisions reported Silver Bell near Goree and Silver Bell. Miracle Mile near I-10 east of I-10 on Miracle Mile, and a wreck Midtown at Speedway and Tucson Boulevard and Speedway. And for your weather, tiny chance of rain, lows near 78, 108 tomorrow, 102 now. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Staples. All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Save 20% at Kohl's Friends and Family Sale. And suddenly, your home's a fall destination. You start greeting guests like they're checking into a bed and breakfast. offering foliage tours of the new throw on the couch and suggesting local attractions like your Martha Stewart Dutch oven. Save on fall prep and more at KohlsandKohls.com. 5 stars. Would shop again. Select styles. Offer ends August 30th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends?
I can tell you drove high.
Parents?
I can tell when you drive high.
Relatives?
I can tell. You drove here high, didn't you?
So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention anyone who has had a colonoscopy, endoscopy, or any other scope procedure. If you or a loved one developed a serious infection or health complication after a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Dangerous infections have been reported across the country linked to Olympus endoscopes. Olympus scopes may have been defectively designed, and manufacturer instructions may not have been adequate in enabling proper disinfection, putting patients' health at risk. If you or a loved one were hospitalized for a bacterial infection within 90 days of a scope procedure, or developed sepsis, organ failure, HIV, tuberculosis, an antibiotic-resistant superbug, or another serious complication following a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call now to find out if you qualify, but hurry. Time to file a claim could be limited.
Call 800-891-1857 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-891-1857. 800-891-1857.
Tucson, get ready to break the bank. All month long, smash your way into piggy banks loaded with up to $500 free play. Every single Friday and Sunday at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Mark your calendars specifically for August 28th and September 25th with new action-packed Smash a Bank Power Hours for your shot at a share of $50,000 cash and free play. Grab your hammer, Tucson. The bank is begging to be broken. Only at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun, an enterprise of the Pasco Yaqui Tribe.
Here's a chance for you to double your money with a sweet deal from the Copper Country Music Fest. You can get 2 general admission tickets for just $65, originally $130.
The second annual Copper Country Music Fest rides into the Casa Grande Rodeo Grounds on Saturday, October 17th from noon till 11 p.m. Experience a full day of live music featuring the Randy Rogers Band, Tyler Nance, Nolene Hoffman, and 9 more country music acts. Enjoy shopping from unique Western lifestyle vendors offering custom cowboy hats, jewelry, and more. Stay on the land and wake up to the music with on-site camping. Make it a full weekend with a Friday night campfire acoustic series. Featuring performances from the Cruz Brothers, Taylor Honeycutt, and Lacey Roche. Camping packages and tickets are on sale at CopperCountryMusicFest.com. Don't miss the Copper Country Music Fest, October 17th in Casa Grande.
And this sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
The Cup is coming home.
Firing, caught, touchdown Arizona. Braden Stooks picks it off, takes it right away. The Cats win the Cup. They win their 9th game of the season, and they do it emphatically.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Fall is termite season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those termites, bugs, and weeds. Stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. EssentialPest.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Are the White Sox really for real? Like, for real, for real? These next 2 highlights might anger your dad, Dragon Ball.
As Rogers lifts this one in the air to left center field. It's going back it goes! Let's go! Jake Rogers walks it off for the White Sox in his signature moment here in Chicago. And the Suns come back from 4-0 and walk it off in the ninth. Southside, stand up!
All right, so that was Friday night. White Sox walked off the Mets. So I gotta put the video of this up. If you're watching on any of our video streams, we're on Twitch, we're on Facebook. You can find the link on Twitter as well. I gotta go back and show you this one part. I don't know if you've seen this. So Peters hit this home run, and there's a young lady in center field, and watch. If you're watching on our video stream, just watch the young lady in center field. She's got a purse around her. Right here. She's jumping with her purse, and stuff starts flying out. And like the little her blonde friends, like, you're losing all your money, you're losing all your credit cards. I mean, she's jumping up and down, and her purse is flying all over the ballpark.
You know, we complain about people always having their phone out, not living in the moment. Here's someone living in the moment, and now we're just going to clown her for it.
Yeah, her purse and there goes the credit card. I think some of that fell over the railing and down onto the field. I hope she didn't lose anything important. And then her friend's like, "Oh no, you just lost all your stuff out of your purse."
From 4-0 and walk it off in the ninth.
Oh my God!
Outside, stand up.
All right, so that was Friday night, and then Saturday. Walk-off White Sox weekend.
3 balls and a strike. Tristan Peters smokes this one to center field. It is Ewing backing up at the wall. It is gone! Tristan Peters walks it off in the ninth. The second walk-off for the White Sox against the Mets this series. And they will take it 2-1. What a moment for Tristan Peters.
Yeah, so not a good weekend for your dad's Mets.
No, not at all.
The White Sox are now 3.5 games up on the Guardians, although the Guardians have won 4 games in a row, so they're trying to keep pace in the American League Central. But, I don't know if there was anybody losing their purse. Actually, I said Friday, Saturday. That was Saturday, Sunday. Saturday night's game was the first one, then yesterday.
So one team can't get a walk-off home run in about 3 years. The White Sox get 2 walk-off home runs in 2 days.
In back-to-back days. Yeah, there you go. Walk-off weekend in the major leagues. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's hear from Rick. You're on DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, guys. Been a while since the White Sox and the Cubs have both been good at all.
I know there's some excitement in the Windy City about that right now.
Probably a little bit. So what kind of alternate reality universe with Spock has a goatee are we living in? Where 2 guys who were apparently the one court, federal court, said that allowed some guys back. Looks like we're going to get 2 guys for a 5th year, who are now we're hearing maybe they're not going to be able to play. Which that was kind of the standard usually. They give you a redshirt year, you got 5. And I heard LSU now has got a guy who just got cut from the Browns, who's apparently on their roster to play this fall.
Yeah, it is an absolute mess, Rick. Because
did they check the prisons yet? LSU down there? There's probably some great talent down there.
Right. There's different rulings and different rulings. Like the some guys are involved with the Colorado ruling. That was the one that initially got turned over by the judge, but the NCAA got a stay. And then it just looked like with R.J. Godfrey, his ruling is down in Georgia, so that's a completely different thing. It's like it just depends on where you're litigating right now, and it's an absolute mess.
I think I'm saying the obvious. College football needs a GM, a CEO, or someone that's going to make a decision, a critical one. And, it's a little bit of a buck stops with me. It's got to be somebody. And at some point, competition's going to suffer. But I'll tell you the other problem. Gambling's a big part of all this now, if people want to admit it or not. And if competition isn't equal, no one's going to want to bet if 5 teams win every game all the time because their roster is filled with guys making $1 million a year or whatever the hell it is.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
Thanks for the listen.
Rick, appreciate you for calling. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Yeah, lot of frustration over there with what's happening with these. It seems like every other day it's some type of ruling or stay or something. Now, like you mentioned, I don't know if folks are familiar with what he was talking about, but the Browns waived a tight end over the weekend who now apparently is going to be able. I think there were 16 players that were in the lawsuit that came out on Friday.
Yeah,
that are able to now potentially leave their NFL camps and come back and play in college football.
Well, there's another little wrinkle.
Daquan Wright is the tight end.
Yeah, there's another wrinkle to this, though, that's very, very, it just gets in my craw a little bit, because what's the one thing that Daquan Wright and the other guy that LSU's gotten from a NFL team after he was waived by the Saints, and Xavier Harris, a defensive lineman, what do those two guys have in common? DK.
What's that?
They both went to Ole Miss. So these are all of Lane Kiffin's old players from Ole Miss going to play with him at LSU. Now, if it had just been a situation where they elected to transfer from Ole Miss to LSU because that's where their coach went, that's the guy who recruited them, fine, whatever. It wouldn't be an issue. But it's the fact that they went to the pros, they got waived, and now they want to go and play for their old coach in Lane Kiffin, who's already a pariah in a lot of circles, whether you look at the West Coast, the Midwest, the South, whatever. There's a lot of people that don't like Lane Kiffin because of some decisions he's made over the course of his life. And now it's just with both these guys being former Ole Miss players and now they're former NFL players all going to play for LSU. It kind of goes to show that maybe the guys that I talked about in my top of the hour update, maybe they weren't totally wrong for investigating if there were bugs inside the Manning house over at LSU, Ole Miss's campus. Because this is just how Baton Rouge chooses to do business.
Yeah, Daquan Wright, he's a tight end again. He signed, undrafted free agent, signed with the Eagles, landed with the Browns, hasn't played in either of the Browns' two preseason games, but is believed now to be the first player with an agreement in place to return to college football after signing an NFL contract. As Dragon Ball mentioned, played 2 seasons for Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss. 39 catches, 635 yards, 5 touchdowns last season. He also played a couple of years at Virginia Tech. So he's played 4 years. He's in that, however, he's in that class of 2022, and he's one of 16 players who was granted a temporary restraining order by a Louisiana judge to be deemed a Louisiana judge, shocker there, and LSU is involved. A Louisiana judge to be deemed eligible for the 2026 college football season. The NCAA initially ruled that all players whose eligibility expired after the 2025 season would not be eligible for its new 5-year, 5-and-5 eligibility model. So that is where we are right now. The NCAA got the stay on Friday from the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals, and so that's the one that affects the 2 young men that are on the Arizona football roster, including Garrett Hicks, who's on the Arizona baseball roster, who had announced that he was going to attempt to come back as well next season. So it's a complete mess. There's got to be something's got to change with this, whether that's the Protect College Sports Act needs to get passed as soon as the Congress reconvenes from vacation or for summer break, whatever. Something's got to be done to get a handle on what's happening in college sports.
Or someone just tell LSU to stop.
Right.
Just tell LSU to stop. They're the only team that I've seen that's actually been going into the pros. And I love the fact that Lane Kiffin defends it. It's like, if we don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. There's no guarantee of that. There's no guarantee that other teams are going to be picking up former NFL players. That's not the way it works.
There's actually a player that's in the Cardinals camp that could potentially fall under this as well. Wydett Williams Jr. is in camp with the Cardinals. If he is one of the 16 players as well. So if he is released or cut by the Cardinals, he too could go back and play in college. I don't know where Wydett Williams Jr. played, but he's already out here, so maybe we might want to take a look at him and see if we can get him to come down here to Arizona if he gets cut by the Cardinals. Don't let him out, Brent. Don't let him out of the state of Arizona. He too played at Ole Miss. He played at Delta State, Louisiana Monroe, and then played last season at Ole Miss. So he'll probably end up at LSU too. So maybe all these guys are Lane Kiffin's guys. I haven't looked at the whole list to find out where they all went.
All these former NFL players getting waived or going back to play for Lane Kiffin, which I don't know what that says about Lane Kiffin's ability to develop players to be NFL ready, but it certainly doesn't lead to a very strong endorsement in that regard.
Not at all. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number if you have any thoughts on this whole thing. Cricket rejoins us now, the third member of our program today. J.W. Madden has the day off. Okay, it's time for Pick It with Cricket.
And we're playing the sound now, or do you?
Yeah,
okay.
You can play it now. You can give her
Pick
proper
It
intro.
with Cricket.
Come on.
Come on, Cricket. It's time to pick it.
But it sounds like a 70s TV show.
It does. I love it. It's so fun.
It sounds like the Muppets Phenomena.
All right.
Yeah.
Phenomena.
It does. You're right. Do-do-do.
Phenomena. Phenomena. All right. So cricket on Thursday, because we had a shortened show on Friday.
Yes.
And the pick was Browns or Bills. And cricket, you chose
the Bills.
The Bills.
I won. I'm sorry.
You are correct.
I'm sorry.
My Browns lost on Saturday. And then they announced Deshaun Watson, a guy who likes to feel up on his massage people.
Allegedly.
Likes to feel up on his massage artist. What do they call them? Massage
therapists.
Therapists.
Wow.
As the starting quarterback. Yeah. You ever got a massage?
No, I don't have
Seriously?
any desire
You
whatsoever.
have never gotten a massage?
Ew, no thank you.
No,
I mean, no offense.
No, thank you.
No, I don't like. I
You don't like people touching you?
Absolutely, especially a stranger.
Oh, okay.
Just rubs me the wrong way.
No, they would actually rub you the right way.
Oh, no.
I mean, maybe I understand it more for like physical therapy, but I mean, and everyone, they say massages are great, but I have never wanted to go into a stranger and pay money to have someone rub oil
How about
on me.
you, Dragon Ball? Have you ever had a massage?
I got sick the last time I got a massage because
Wait,
I got real dehydrated because of how
it was too hot?
It was too hot in the room.
Gosh.
And I almost got, I had to go to the mall where it was like maybe 10 minutes away from where I went to go and get the massage. I had to go to the mall, sit down in the food court, get something to eat. And I couldn't actually get any food in me because I was about ready to just collapse there in the food court.
Jeez.
Wait, so do they make it hot in massage rooms?
Typically, they have to do that to go ahead.
I mean, you can. Sometimes
That's weird.
You can, if you want to, sweat it out, that kind of thing.
I believe the main thing for it is that it's supposed to go ahead and keep your muscles from tightening because when it's cold, your body tends to condense and you tense. If it's warm, the muscles will tend to relax a little easier, so it is easier to knead out whatever tension is there in the muscle. But
that sounds
again,
miserable.
It is. It's a little miserable.
That sounds miserable. People do that for fun.
I have thoroughly enjoyed every massage I've ever had. But now the thing with me is I cannot put my head in that little hole.
Oh, like
thing.
that, like
pillow.
Like
Yeah,
pillow
I
thing?
can't do that.
That is weird.
That part is very uncomfortable for me. So I have to turn my head to the side.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm like being buried alive or something.
Oh my gosh!
When I put my
in the
my
pillow.
head in the
Okay.
pillow. Yeah,
Oh,
I can't do that. I can't put my head in the hole. So.
It doesn't sound fun at all, you guys.
It's like putting yourself in the stocks is what it is.
Man, that's wild.
Oh yeah! Wow, but I can't believe that you. I mean, yeah, I thought everybody's had at least one massage in their life,
Nope.
but not Chris. But put that down. Cricket's list is long.
It's
of
very
things
long.
that she's got to do.
Oh, but when I get a fancy haircut,
Okay.
and they massage your scalp, that is
you love that part, right?
That is fine.
Okay.
Because like I'm in my clothes and apparently it's not hot. They don't have the furnace running, rubbing oil all
there
over.
you go.
I don't know.
Are you a mani-pedi person? Do you like to?
I've had a couple of those. Those are okay.
all
But
right.
then again,
Yeah.
people touching you.
Somebody touching your hands
Yeah.
and your feet. You don't like that kind of.
But it's okay.
Better a person than a bucket full of fish.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
heard about that stuff.
that is
Wait, that's the
wild.
piranhas, right? They bite
No,
the
it's not
skin. or is
piranhas.
it-
They're not piranhas.
Or something. But is
They're-
it a flesh-eating fish, though? Right?
It eats the dead skin cells on your
Yeah.
feet.
Okay. Yeah.
But they're not piranhas.
Okay. How does that feel? Does that feel good though when they're eating the dead fish off, dead skin off your?
That's just wild.
You're talking to a guy who's gotten one massage in his life. I'm not putting my
Any
feet in any
vexed out.
bucket with fish in
Any
there.
vexed
No.
out. All right, so today, Cricket, we are going to give you baseball because we actually this was one of our Westwood One top plays, and so we've already said what we're going to do on this game. So we'll find out what you're going to do on this game. The Mariners or the Phillies?
I'll go Phillies.
Phillies. Let's see. That might be a good pick because they've won 9 in a row.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're playing really, really well.
Fingers
right now.
crossed. Then it's time for them to probably lose. So
No,
I'm
that's
probably
only
wrong.
when Dragon Ball picks.
Yeah, typically.
Do the team. No, actually, no. That's right. You lost. You lost the Red Sox when they didn't. You pick the
I
Red Sox
think
when they'd
so.
won like 15 in a row and they
Yeah.
lost. All right, so maybe you'll. And if the Phillies lose tonight, we'll have to make sure we put you under witness protection from the people in Philadelphia because those fans are a little bit crazy.
Are they? Okay.
They are
Little
very
mean.
crazy. Yeah, they
Little
can.
serious.
They come after you.
Oh,
and they like to
man.
curse.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Don't wear the wrong colors in Philadelphia. That's just my advice to you.
Good to know. Thank you for telling me
There
that.
you go. All right, we'll find out if it's the Phillies or the Mariners tomorrow. Right now, Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives. Traffic and weather.
Wreck in Oro Valley, Oracle, and El Conquistador Way and Oracle. Closure for roadwork, 22nd Street closed, Tucson Boulevard to Cherry Bell Stravenu. Use Broadway or Aviation Parkway instead. Expect slowing at Broadway and Keno and also roadwork on Aviation Parkway near Keno Parkway. There's a really tiny chance of showers into the evening. 78 are overnight low. 108 tomorrow and 100 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Round out your protection with life, phone, and pet health insurance from Progressive Insurance.
Download our app. It slaps. Nobody covers Southern Arizona sports like we do. Don't miss out on any of the highlights, stories, and analysis. The flagship home for Arizona Wildcats athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council. Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. Drunk driving changes your world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA. The Portland Thorns honored U.S. soccer legend Tobin Heath on Saturday before their match against the Denver Summit. Heath played for the club from 2013 to 2020 and led them to 2 league championships. Heath announced her retirement last year, and the Thorns' all-time regular season assist leader signed a one-day contract to go out as a member of the franchise.
Today fulfills a dream of being able to finish as a Thorn, the place that really allowed me to become, not as a player, but as a person. So thank you for holding me and supporting me on my journey of becoming. There's no place like you guys. Thank you.
Portland won the match on Saturday 1-0 thanks to a goal from star Sophia Wilson. They will visit first place Gotham FC on Friday. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Maggie Gray on Westwood One.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up, fellas? Mike Golick Jr. here. Labor Day weekend is back, and so is football. The tailgate's set, and everyone's ready for game day. Remember, if you've been smoking marijuana, don't get behind the wheel. Your reaction time slows down, and you're putting yourself and everyone else on the road at risk. Believe me, law enforcement can tell when you're high. So plan a safe ride, a designated driver, a ride share, or crash on the couch. Be the MVP, because the only smart play is the safe one. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention anyone who has had a colonoscopy, endoscopy, or any other scope procedure. If you or a loved one developed a serious infection or health complication after a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Dangerous infections have been reported across the country linked to Olympus endoscopes. Olympus scopes may have been defectively designed, and manufacturer instructions may not have been adequate in enabling proper disinfection, putting patients' health at risk. If you or a loved one were hospitalized for a bacterial infection within 90 days of a scope procedure, or developed sepsis, organ failure, HIV, tuberculosis, an antibiotic-resistant superbug, or another serious complication following a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call now to find out if you qualify, but hurry. Time to file a claim could be limited.
Call 800-891-1857 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-891-1857. 800-891-1857.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Your old AC unit is the most expensive thing in your house this summer. Replace it now and get $1,000 off from Picture Rocks Cooling and up to $720 in rebates. Along with our 1-year money-back guarantee, that's the smartest move you'll make this summer. Call now for your free estimate, 520-492-0748 or picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, heating and plumbing.
Here's a chance for you to double your money with a sweet deal from Quisty Sandwiches. You can get a $50 gift certificate, and you pay just $25.
When you're craving something delicious and made with love, swing by Quisty Sandwiches, off-Broadway just east of Tucson Boulevard. They only use premium Italian imported meats and local freshly baked breads to craft each sandwich to your order with passion. Their house-made signature sauces add that special touch. Every sandwich on the menu is named after the people who inspired them, such as the Cha-Cha, Schoolyard, or the Baby Boy, all celebrating community and family. Whether you're in the mood for a hearty sandwich, a warmed panini, a fresh wrap, or a crisp salad, you'll find it all at Quisty's. Check out QuistySandwiches.com for the complete menu for ordering takeout or delivery and to join the rewards program. That's Quisty's, 2575 East Broadway. Simply delicious sandwiches.
And this Quisty Sandwiches sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast. These players are battered and exhausted, but you don't hurt like this if you don't care about this team, about this country, about this game.
I think you can feel the intensity.
The goals, the energy, the wow, look at us.
Here in the U.S., I have got some news for you. There's so much more to come. My name is Megan Klingberg, and we're just getting started. The U.S. Soccer Podcast, presented by Henkel. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
TK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, so we found the video of the young lady who caught the walk-off home run. Jake Rogers walk-off home run, the purse girl. The White Sox tracked her down and had her out at the ballpark on Sunday. Let's see a little bit of and meet Emma Rodriguez, the purse girl who caught the walk-off home run at what is it called? Comiskey First Rate something field in Chicago. Empty Rate or something? I don't know. Here's Emma Rodriguez.
Hi, my name is Emma Rodriguez, and I'm the girl that got Jake Rogers' home run walk-off ball on Friday night's game.
Walks it off for the White Sox.
And this is what's in my bag. This is the Coach purse. Coach, if you see this, I want a bag that zippers. First, we have my keys. Of course, how I got here today. Need those. Lip gloss, the one I'm wearing. Good one. Cash, because this stadium doesn't take any, but make sure to tip your bartenders. My wallet, a bunch of change, but there's a lot still in section 162 if you guys want to go grab it. And one singular one-day contact in case one falls out. And finally, I have the ball from Friday night's game. So a couple people from White Sox reached out to me, and I reached out to Jake. He asked if we could trade for it, and I know the ball means a lot more to him than it does to me, even though I would love to keep it. I got a signed ball, a signed bat, a signed jersey, and he wrote me a little note on it too. First walk-off home run, put my name on it, the date on it. Oh yeah, my lip gloss. I am really grateful for people being actually concerned about my stuff going missing, and now I'm a huge White Sox fan. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Emma Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen. So she's taking this stuff out of her purse and throwing it onto the ground.
I get the sneaking suspicion, that comment of, I got a lot of cash, but the stadium doesn't take it, but still tip your bartender. That was a pointed message to the White Sox ownership of, why will you not take cash at the stadium?
Well, no, I'm not sure any of these ballparks take cash anymore. Yeah, everything is like card paid now. It's like I feel bad because like I went to the golf course yesterday, and like the guys that are still there, and I mentioned at the top of the show, we played Scottsdale, the stadium course up at TPC yesterday in 108-degree temperatures, and like they still got the guys there, the kid that cleans your clubs at the end of your round, and the kid that puts the clubs on your cart and all of that. And it's like I don't really carry a whole lot of cash anymore, so I'm asking my wife, I'm like, wife, do you have anything to tip these young men with? Because I certainly do not have anything to tip them with.
That's why it's all put on your check on
Right?
checkout.
All right.
Gratuity is now mandatory.
We are your Southern Arizona home for the Carolina Panthers for a second season. Let's give you your Panthers update for today.
We are Southern Arizona's home to T-Mac.
Steps away, fires, scores, touchdown. Another one for Teteroa McMillan.
Lathan Ransom.
And it's intercepted. It's a takeaway. Lathan Ransom.
And the Carolina Panthers. The best coverage starts now.
This Panther Update is brought to you by UNC Charlotte.
On the road again. I'm Anish Shroff with this Panthers Update.
Winning doesn't happen by accident. It takes a playbook, one that works when the pressure's on. For 35 years, Morgan & Morgan has been that playbook for the injured, recovering more than $35 billion for our clients. This season, we're proud to partner with the Carolina Panthers, because in football and in the courtroom, the right playbook gets results. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of the Carolina Panthers. Injured? Dial pound law.
Jonathan M. Smith, forthepeople.com. North Carolina lawyer will handle North Carolina cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
The Panthers' first 3 preseason games have all been away from home. They were in Canton, Ohio for the Hall of Fame game, then christened Buffalo's new stadium before visiting Jacksonville's under-construction stadium on Friday. Head coach Dave Canales says a stretch like this in the preseason has major benefits.
I say these are championship opportunities. They really are, and we have to be able to travel well, show up, and play a full game of football, and that's what our guys did.
Canales says he's also taking advantage of not being the offensive play caller this year.
It's that immediate feedback, that the guys are looking for, whether it's in a positive way or whether there's something they could have done better, and I can catch a guy on a kickoff cover and say, hey, that ball's on the other side of the field. You got to get flattened over there, and just to be able to help reinforce and echo the messaging they're getting from their coordinators and position coaches. It's powerful when the head coach says it.
Offensive coordinator Brad Idzik calls the plays this year. Canales called the plays in his first 2 seasons as head coach. Idzik, along with Canales and Harold Goodwin, helped design the offense while the 3 were in Tampa. I'm Anish Shroff on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
This Panther Update has been brought to you by UNC Charlotte. Built for a top-tier city. The difference is Charlotte. UNC Charlotte.
T-Mac in the slot here, something they want to look at here in the preseason. Hooker out to the far right side. Back to throw. On 3rd down, Bryce fires over the middle. It's caught. There's T-Mac. He's got it at the 12. Gets inside the 10. Tackled at the 9-yard line, so running downfield. As T-Mac, and again, enough protection and time there, Kurt, to let that play develop.
Absolutely, and that was just a great route. He stemmed him upside, broke across the middle. And again, when you give Bryce enough time in that pocket, he is able to step up there and deliver a phenomenal ball.
Much better showing for the first-team offense for the Carolina Panthers in this past preseason game, 34-17 win down at Jacksonville. Bryce Young, 5 of 6 for 49 yards. Hit T-Mac there. T-Mac had a couple of catches for 25 yards. After they had not looked good. 3 straight 3-and-outs for the first-team offense in the second preseason game at Buffalo. Bryce Young on creating an identity, this offense, trying to create an identity through these few preseason snaps that they're getting.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just that practice and establishing during the season. Obviously, preseason is a big part of training camp and the development and being able to go out there in a game environment, that's big, but I don't think it's something you do in one night. I don't think it's something you do in even 3 or 4 for us. You have to do that day in and day out. You have to prove that to yourselves every day. And camp is way bigger than just these games, and then obviously you have to carry that into the season. So I think for us as a team, as identity, it was definitely a step in the right direction today. All phases. Super proud, and again, you don't want to get too high, too low. So figure out how we can replicate the good, and then there's still plenty of stuff to learn from.
And great to see Jonathan Brooks get back into the end zone. He is coming back from a pair of torn ACLs and scored a touchdown in that game for the Panthers. They win it over Jacksonville. Final preseason game comes up this Friday night. We'll have it right here for you on Wildcats Radio 1290. Coverage will begin at 3 o'clock with kickoff at 4. And in terms of Lathan Ransom, in the game, he did play and had 1 pass defended in the game on last Friday night. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Much more coming up for you straight ahead. In fact, we're going to have Panther Talk coming up at 6:05. Panther Talk at 6:05. So I can now, and when I'll wait until we get back after break. We can now give you our full coaches lineup for the fall straight ahead. I'll do that for you on the other side. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. And collisions that are reported at Oracle and El Conquistador. El Conquistador Way in Oracle. Collision in Oro Valley. Crash occurred at Craycrofton Speedway. Speedway and Craycrofton slowing at the intersection, mostly eastbound and southbound at Craycroft and Speedway Boulevard. Tiny chance of showers into the evening. Overnight lows near 78, 108 tomorrow, 100 now. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Still sleeping on that old bed? Mattress Firm's sleep experts can help you choose the perfect upgrade. They'll guide you every step, answering your questions. Shop today and save big during the best sale of the year. They make sleep easy.
Nobody covers your cats like we do.
That ball's going to be caught out of midfield. Chris Hunter, another spectacular catch.
It's the last year. I just want to put it all out on the line. Use everything I learned, make this year a great one.
We are Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Progressive presents Heroes That Keep Truckers Going. Today's hero, all the furry four-legged co-pilots out there. Pets like Axel, Bandit, and Smokey, who may not understand humans but do listen to you rant about young people today for hours. Thanks, heroes. Know what else keeps safe truckers going? Saving an average of $6,181 when they elect to share their ELD data with us. Get a quote at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. 2025 National Average Safe Driver Enrollment Discount Savings for new Progressive customers. Excludes mandatory program participants. Not available in all states. Driving data could increase or decrease premiums at renewal.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Here's a chance for you to double your money with a sweet deal from Quisty Sandwiches. You can get a $50 gift certificate, and you pay just $25.
When you're craving something delicious and made with love, swing by Quisty Sandwiches, off-Broadway just east of Tucson Boulevard. They only use premium Italian imported meats and local freshly baked breads to craft each sandwich to your order with passion. Their house-made signature sauces add that special touch. Every sandwich on the menu is named after the people who inspired them, such as the Cha-Cha, Schoolyard, or the Baby Boy, all celebrating community and family. Whether you're in the mood for a hearty sandwich, a warmed panini, a fresh wrap, or a crisp salad, you'll find it all at Quisty's. Check out QuistySandwiches.com for the complete menu for ordering takeout or delivery and to join the rewards program. That's Quisty's, 2575 East Broadway. Simply delicious sandwiches.
And this Quisty Sandwiches sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time. Like on Wash and Wax, you can get 3 Meguiar's products for just $20. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
The Cleveland Browns are naming Deshaun Watson their starting quarterback for Week 1 of the season. Watson was 5 of 12 for 36 yards and was booed by fans after he threw an interception during the Browns' loss to the Bills on Saturday. After the game, Watson said it was disrespectful, saying it had nothing to do with his performance. Watson has played in 19 total games in the last 4 years and did not play last year. Shedeur Sanders will serve as the Browns' backup. I'm Adam Abdallah.
What's up, fellas? Mike Golick Jr. here. Labor Day weekend is back, and so is football. The tailgate's set, and everyone's ready for game day. Remember, if you've been smoking marijuana, don't get behind the wheel. Your reaction time slows down, and you're putting yourself and everyone else on the road at risk. Believe me, law enforcement can tell when you're high. So plan a safe ride, a designated driver, a ride share, or crash on the couch. Be the MVP, because the only smart play is the safe one. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, the Arizona Cardinals on Saturday night looked kind of the part of what a lot of people think is going to be the worst team in the NFL this year.
Physical, and they can stand out by making those consistently and making big plays when they're there.
Speaking of big plays, on the money, Joe Milton downfield for a touchdown strike, a 53-yard touchdown pass to Jonathan Mingo, who got behind the Cardinals.
Physical.
Jonathan Mingo, Joe Milton hooking up on a deep ball, 53 yards, as the Cowboys absolutely blew out the Cardinals up at Glendale. Lone preseason home game for the Bird Gang this year. 34-13 was the final. A lot of offensive mistakes for the Cardinals. They had two touchdowns called back because of penalties. Yikes. And I've talked about that a little bit in Wildcats camp. At times, they've hit on some big plays, but when you look at it closer, yeah, that's a hold. And they've had some penalties. It's the worst thing to have a penalty when you have a chance to go deep and score on an offensive touchdown or score, period. Mike LaFleur on why this past week was so sloppy.
What I'm trying to figure out right now. Like I always tell the guys, like when that happens, it's on coaching too. So I missed something. There's a couple things that I think I could have done better in terms of our practice structure and stuff like that. And I mean that. I don't need to get into the details with it, but I told the guys that, I told the vets that some things I learned about our process going into it. So, but we got to get cleaned up if we want to be the team that we want to be.
And pre-snap penalties, they are the root of all evil. Talking about things to clean up, that is one of them.
You just keep talking about them and keep showing them, the consequences of it. I mean, we're going to use our snap counts. We're not going to not use our snap. That's one of the biggest advantages an offense has over a defense is we at least know when it's going to get snapped and the defense doesn't. So as long as I'm getting the play in on time and we're breaking the huddle on time with urgency to line of scrimmage, we should never be rushed where a defense knows what our snap count's going to be. So, again, we just got to keep on working on it. And I thought, like I told the guys, I thought it was just a culmination of our week. We had a sloppy week of practice. I don't think we've practiced really well over the last week since Vegas. I think there's been individuals that have practiced well. I think there's been times where we've done some good things, but overall was not good enough. And I thought this was tonight a summary of that week in general.
And some good news today. The Cardinals activated their outside rush defensive end, Josh Sweat, so that's a good thing. He was on the physically unable to perform list. They also signed safety Hudson Clark, a couple safeties actually, Hudson Clark and Devin Bobby. They cut tight end Baylor Cupp and wide receiver Bryson Green. Xavier Weaver was placed on the IR, and also waived injured was running back Trey Benson. So a few roster moves as they get set for their final preseason game coming up as well later this week. The Cardinals, and again, good, not a good performance on Saturday night. You want to see more cohesion, more better technique in terms of the snap count and those types of things. Those are the kind of things that will get you beat and will have you becoming one of the worst teams in the National Football League if you can't get those types of things ironed out. So we'll see what we get. Most of the teams are not going to play any of the required starters coming up in these final preseason games. That'll be against the Packers on, I believe that's Friday night. Friday night on the road at Green Bay, a 5 o'clock kickoff as the Cardinals wrap up the preseason. It all starts next week. Next week, I believe. Is it next Wednesday? I
believe the first game of the season, for some reason, is on Wednesday, and it's a Super Bowl rematch in Seattle.
We've never had a Wednesday. When's the last time we had a Wednesday?
Again, they want to dominate the entire week now. It's gone beyond just controlling Sundays. Now we need to have a game on Tuesdays.
Gosh,
so why?
Crazy. And
then we've got the Harvey family game on Thursday out in Melbourne. 49ers and the Rams.
Yeah, that's right. Our guy Fred Harvey taking his wife out, his wife Janet, out to see her 49ers play because that's her team, and they're playing in Australia. That'll be an interesting game to watch as the NFL continues to go global.
The Melbourne Cricket Ground is where they're going to play that.
Actually, we do have the first game is not until the 9th, so it's not that week. It's the week after the Wildcats open up. All right, I got how about two sweet deals for you this week? Not one, but I got two sweet deals for you. I hope you went out and got that sweet deal for Dickies. I got mine. I got my sweet deal for Dickies, so I'll take the wife out there. We'll support our guy Ismail Mahdi and buy some barbecue at some point, have a barbecue dinner. This week, it's Quistie's sandwiches. Have you ever been to Quistie's? I've been to Quistie's one time.
I have not been to Quistie's.
Quistie's is on Broadway. It's one of the Broadway where they put up all those fancy colored buildings on Broadway. It's one of those places. It's actually really good. I've only been there twice, but the sandwiches are really, really good. So I've got a $50 gift certificate to Quistie's for just $25. And then I've got the Copper Country Music Fest, which is coming up. And I got 2 general admission tickets for $65. Normally, those will cost you $130. Both of these sweet deals will go on sale 8:30 a.m. over at WildcatsRadio1290.com on Friday. Quistie's is locally owned and operated, premium Italian imported meats, freshly baked local bread, house-made signature sausage. Each sandwich on the menu is named after the people who inspired the family. A reminder that food is about connection, community, and family. Get the egg sandwich. It's crafted with care, made with passion. Each sandwich is crafted with care, made with passion, served with a smile. Sandwiches, paninis, wraps, salads, whatever you want, you can get it at Quistie's, located at the Soul Block Shopping Center. That's 2575 East Broadway Boulevard here in Tucson. Just look for all the brightly colored buildings there. And also the Copper Country Music Festival, second year of this independent festival. It's going to be at the Casa Grande Rodeo Grounds on Saturday, October the 17th. They've got a lineup of 12 red dirt country, Americana folk country, and Arizona local country bands, performances by Randy Rogers Band, Tyler Nance, Nolene Hoffman, and more. You can shop custom-shaped cowboy hats, jewelry, get custom knives, leather works, all kind of Western wear apparel at the Copper Country Music Fest. 9 different Arizona local food, beverage, and dessert trucks are going to be out there as well. They'll have activities all weekend long. Friday night, there's a campfire acoustic series. That'll be October the 16th from 6 to 10. You'll hear performances by the Cruz Brothers, Taylor Honeycutt, and Arizona's very own Lacey Riche. For those who like to camp, the Campfire Acoustic Series is one to be a part of. Also, Friday night, there'll be an after party at Coyote Den Saloon. You'll get performances there by Bobby Kerr, Emily Woodall from 10 to midnight, and then artist karaoke from midnight to 2. How about that? Then Sunday brunch after party, a Port Therapy patio, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. There'll be music performances there. All proceeds to the nonprofit Pinal 40 Incorporated Foundation, supporting the youth of Pinal County. Check out our interview that we did with Andrew Clements on Tucson. He came in and did the interview on Tucson in Review. You can find that on our website, WildcatsRadio1290.com, or head on over to our YouTube channel and look for that interview with Andrew from Pinal 40 Incorporated. Again, sweet deal, Christie's, $50 gift certificate for $25, Copper Country Music Festival, 2 general admission tickets for $65, Friday morning, 8:30 a.m., Wildcats Radio, 1290.com. All right, we're going to get our break in, our final break in here as we get you set for a Panther Talk at the top of the hour. We'll come back, give you your Casino del Sol replay, DK on the Sports Tip. This is Wildcats Radio, 1290.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. With collisions reported, Limberlost west of Campbell, Limberlost in Mountain, Tancaberti and Dos Hombres. Mission and Ajo is slowing both directions on Ajo Way at Mission Road. Also clearing Speedway and Craycroft, and mostly eastbound slowdowns on Speedway at Craycroft. Highs near, we're looking at our highs near 108 tomorrow, lows near 78 and 100 now. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. We've got full coverage of the Wildcats, the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, Pima College. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
This is a commercial with real words about Tobacco Barn, so let's get straight to the point. Tobacco Barn slices up to 40% off all your favorite tobacco products. You pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Are you kidding me right now?
A rare chance to tell the tax man no.
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 Plus, at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, there's a coupon that can save you up to another $3. So check out the website.
This is a great moment in internet history.
Anyway, back to the main point.
What's going on around here?
Tobacco Barn slices up to 40% off all your favorite tobacco products. You can keep your city and state sales tax away from the tax man.
Ooh, that one hurt.
And save another $3 with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com. Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard. The driveway needs filling in. Or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention anyone who has had a colonoscopy, endoscopy, or any other scope procedure. If you or a loved one developed a serious infection or health complication after a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Dangerous infections have been reported across the country linked to Olympus endoscopes. Olympus scopes may have been defectively designed, and manufacturer instructions may not have been adequate in enabling proper disinfection, putting patients' health at risk. If you or a loved one were hospitalized for a bacterial infection within 90 days of a scope procedure, or developed sepsis, organ failure, HIV, tuberculosis, an antibiotic-resistant superbug, or another serious complication following a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call now to find out if you qualify, but hurry. Time to file a claim could be limited.
Call 800-891-1857 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-891-1857. 800-891-1857. 1857.
Fall is termite season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those termites, bugs, and weeds. Stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. EssentialPest.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tuned to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, we had Eric Rhodes from the Arizona Bowl on the show earlier. They have a high school football game of the week sponsorship every week, and one of the cool things they do is they award one player from each team a Player of the Game award.
We do. It's our All-Stars. We partner with Tim Kish and the National Football Foundation of Southern Arizona, who's a tremendous organization. And then that All-Star is selected not really on gameplay. Our certificate says for, achievement off the field, really, for character, for support, for friendship, for sportsmanship. So it's not usually based, in fact, it's very rarely based on performance. And we actually partner with the athletic directors and the coaches ahead of that game to nominate one young person. And we also do Under the Lights, so our flag football program. I think we'll do 9 different flag football games with the young ladies this year, and we do the same thing there. So we really want to honor those young people who are doing it right, not just filling up stat sheet, but doing it right when nobody's necessarily paying attention.
Long before I was a sports anchor at KVOA News 4 Tucson, Eric was there. I joke with him all the time. I was flipping through boxes and went back and found some of his tapes from the old days once when I was going through some of the old archives that we had at Channel 4. Back when you were on TV, kind of what do you remember about covering high school athletics? What was the big thing when you were back on television here?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, it's probably good that those tapes are in a box somewhere and nobody can really find them. But man, I loved my time as a sports anchor and producer here at KVOA. As you are one of our alumni, I think we have a pretty great family who've gone on to do a lot of different things. High school football, Friday Night Fever was huge. I mean, that show, we had intense rivalries, friendly rivalries, but intense rivalries with Tega 9 and KOLD at the time. That was Scott Kilberry and Todd Grisham, who went on to WWE and, now Dan's in fame as a broadcaster. Those guys were so creative. There was a helicopter when I was there, David.
Oh, wow.
The KOLD had a helicopter, and they would go over a couple of different high schools and show the game from the air.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, thanks to Eric Rhodes for joining us. That's going to wrap it up for us. Panther Talk is next for J-Dub on vacation today, and Dragon Ball and Cricket. I'm David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 3. DK on the Sports Tip. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it.